If all they've been saying is true, there's a wall before your eyes. Tell me, can you see right through? Right through, right through. Down through the wires and the pipelines. We go disconnecting from the city and the skyline. It's just the numbers again. The fights, the fear, the fear. It's just the numbers again. Counting up coins for a soda can. And there's nothing going on, no game plan, no plans. So I'm jumping out the fire, back into the frying pan. I'm trying to disconnect from the stats and the spray tan. Just a piece of data. Just It's just the numbers again. The fights, the fear, the fear. It's just the numbers again. It's just another life without reason is no life at all. We are taking over. We can change it all. 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 Hey, hey. We can change it all. We can change it all. Hey, hey. We can change it all. We can change it all. This is the
Tomorrow when we're alright, that's when we forget just who we are. Make us come together and it's alright. That's when you remember who you are. That's when you remember who you are. Overthink tomorrow when we're alright. That's when we forget just who we are. Make us come together and it's alright. That's when you remember who you are. That's when you remember who you are. Who you are. Who you are. That's when you remember who you are. Who you are. Who you are. That's when you remember who you are. Overthink tomorrow when we're alright. That's when we forget just who we are. Make us come together and it's alright. That's when you remember who you are.
think the vibe in my team is incredibly good. We are a very unknown team. We're not even ranked and got here through the local qualifiers. So we have a great mix of like experience and youngsters. So we're just really excited to be here to play. Of course, we have high expectations to ourselves. We know that to the outside world we are underdogs, but we're definitely here to play some good Counter-Strike, to win some games and gain some more experience towards our big goal of qualifying for the major as well later on the year. But right now we're just focusing one game at a time at the Esports World Cup. I think it's impossible for any team to avoid issues and problems, both like in and outside the game at times. That's why in practice, as the in-game leader of the team, like I try to inspire people to be honest with each other. Like I have been in many different teams, and especially in Danish teams as well, people have sometimes been too nice to each other, which means there have been some problems laying under the bed that didn't come to light, how to say it. My most important job as an IGL is to create freedom and space for my players to not make them scared of making mistakes. You know, someone can always get mad. If there can be frustration during the game as well, I try to allow that and I try to say, just bring it out. Like it's fine. It doesn't affect me as IGL. It doesn't affect the players because we know like now you have been mad for a round. Now you will reset mentally and now we're ready to win again. Yeah, I think, for example, we have Mini, which is the best player in Lebanon. We recently bought Osamas from our biggest opponent in our region. So we're definitely the best team in our region now, which is the MENA region. So we want to establish that, but we want to compete against the best teams in the world. Like we want to play the big tournaments. Coming into our first major tournament here, I think we're just going to go with the flow. We're not going to sit and hard anti-strat anyone because we have just been practicing for a few weeks together. We want to focus on our game, and I, as the in-game leader, will adapt our defaults, our game to the opponents. So I'm gonna do some small tweaks, and we would not have prepared for 1 week even if we knew the opponent, because I think sometimes there's a mental state where you overthink stuff, and I'd rather have people on my team play with their gut feeling. Yeah, we in GGHAO, we're really grateful to be here, to come in as the local hero and play this major, like big tournament. So I think in general there have been a lot of talking in Counter-Strike about the change of format for the majors. So obviously it's going to be harder and harder for lesser known teams to get the chance. And this is also why we know like this tournament is so important for us, because we know in practice how good we can play, but we also know like sometimes we play better against the best teams. So that just means that there is so many up and coming teams out there that are so strong and have so much talent. And of course we need to create a circuit where there's available chances for every young player to follow their dream. So this is a great way, like we would not have come here by the ranking. So the local qualifier and just being here, being able to play it, and that's just that's perfect for us.
We are very excited, of course. Now, right before the player break, we went to Abu Dhabi, to another land, a little bit less than this one. So this is definitely a step up for us, and I think we're all very excited and can't wait to get playing the best teams at a tournament. So yeah, I think our expectations is a little bit higher for ourselves than the people from the outside may think. I think that our team is a team that can be very, very hard to play against. We have some very fast-paced tactics, but we can also lean back if that goes wrong. And we have a team with 5 players, I think, can shoot heavily again. So I think that if all in the team is having a great day, I think most of the teams will have a hard time beating us. it is a little bit of a nightmare opponent for us. We have been practicing against Mao sometimes, and it's always been a hard match, and they're always looking good in the first couple of matches in their tournament. So, I mean, we are not afraid, but like we know it's a very good team, and we have to be on our A game to compete with that. When you change players, it can go two ways. Either you can have a hard time finding out how to play in the start, or you can have a honeymoon. So, I mean, it really depends on how the team that has changed is gonna meet up to this event. But yeah, I mean, if you look at it, it should be harder for a team who has just changed a player or two to play on their top level. So, of course, I would say that it is a bit of it's good for us, I would say. If we play our game, I think we can have a fun time against a lot of the top teams. So, yeah, if we hit our shots and everything is going right, I think we can be a little bit of a dark horse, I would say. When a new team or a new player gets to play on the biggest stage, there's always a good chance for them to prove themselves as a player and as a team. So I think, yeah, of course, it's a good place to be for us right now as a team, to show that we can play against the best teams if we play our best.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esports World Cup. Yes, that's right, the Counter-Strike break is over. It's been a month without our favorite game, but it's amazing to be back, and we're here with day 2 of the B stream with EWC. My name is Henry G, and I'm joined by the lovely Anders Bloom. We had a lot of fun yesterday, Anders. We had some great games, a lot of 2-0s, and a few overtimes. I think it had everything we were looking for.
Yeah, much better than expected, really. Like, the underdog teams actually performed at a really high level. We didn't have the upsets that would have been really fun, but we got close enough that it was interesting.
Yeah.
I enjoyed yesterday quite a bit.
Literally no upsets whatsoever, which is strange for this sort of tournament as well, and it's such a cutthroat format. At the same time, the fact that we don't get money opportunities to make a deep run in the lower bracket. So if you lose that opening game, you're down to those best of ones, and then at that point, anything can and will happen. But I guess, as you said yesterday, it just goes to show that the seeding was done correctly, and there was nothing too untoward in the results. But there were some very good games. Like, we did see the top dogs tested to the limits of their ability, which was very exciting. We had like the overtimes and the FaZe and FlyQuest game. Vitality also breaking a bit of a sweat as well. But for now, Anders, it's time for us to take a look at the overall tournament format.
Well, let's see.
Here it is. So, as I said, we've got 15 teams here in the round of 14. We've got GG Hao, who are the local heroes, so they're actually down directly into the Resurrection teams. That's why it says 14 instead of 15. And then we've got that opening best of 3. You win that, Anders, you're through to the playoffs. As simple as that. So that's why these yesterday games are so important. And we have if you did lose, which all the underdog teams did, you end up in towards that Resurrection or last chance qualifier. And then you've got to run through the gauntlet of best of ones, which is exactly what we're doing today on the B stream, which we call the best stream. So does that excite you, the fact that we're going to have some heartbreak today on the stream at the very least?
I think it's always interesting when people are fighting for elimination. You see people take a couple of risks. If you have any aces up the sleeve, that's where you want to be. This, Henry, is what we're fighting for. The tournament prize pools. Yeah, I can see is quite stacked at the top. $1 million what we're playing for. So, yeah, you have an incentive to do your very best.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it's great to see. Like we said yesterday, the fact that we've been doing this so long. I remember when the prize pool... I'm going to sneeze, excuse me. The prize pool was only like $250,000, and
Yes.
now to see it so stacked, and this isn't even a major, and it's the first EWC in general, so yeah, very exciting. And yeah, let's see how it goes today. We're going to see a couple of those teams drop out to that $10,000 position, which is still, for a local tournament, that'd still be a first place prize, but that's going to be the prize pool, and then we'll look at the attending teams here. Who have we got in attendance here at EWC, the inaugural season? FlyQuest, Mouse, Vitality, Team Spirit, Mongols, Na'Vi, MIBR, Sashi, Furia, FaZe, G2, VP, Cole, M80, and GG How. Your favorite team, Anders? Is it always going to be the Mongols?
Yeah, I do kind of like... I think it's just something fun about them, watching them play at the moment. I won't shy away from G2 either. I think it's just an interesting experiment at the moment. And I've got to be honest, I'm like a lifelong Nico, fan. So I just have to... I have to always be a little bit on Nico's side no matter what happens. I've got to be honest about that.
You always have to be?
I have to be. Like, I think Nico has to win a major at some point. It has to happen.
You're talking about Danish Nico, right?
Yeah, obviously. Who else would I be talking about? Why are there so many Nikos?
Yeah, there's two Danish Nikos, in fact, right? There was one with a C and one with a K.
Yeah, and there used to be even more. I think it's like it's out of control at this point. Need to make them all fight to keep the actual name. Well, here we go, Henry. It's a lower bracket.
The lower bracket, yeah, this is where things get very spicy indeed. As I explained in the tournament format, it's best of one from here on out. So you're gonna have to win 3 separate games up to the lower bracket final. Winner will make it through to the playoffs. So it's gonna be brutal. If you had to choose one of these teams, I guess you might go for Mongols. I might go for a complexity,
okay.
For my prediction, as it were, from the bracket. What about you?
Yeah, I actually think Complexity is a decent pick. Although, just the way that FlyQuest were playing yesterday kind of makes you think, all right, well, you know what, maybe there's a real chance here. They almost took down FaZe on both maps. Like, that was pretty sick. But I have to stick with the Mongols. They're the community favorites at the moment. I think they're just a fun team. So I guess I'll be with them. Hopefully, they'll make it out.
Yeah, I'd like to see M80 do well. At the same time, they had to play against Vitality yesterday. It was like the first ever LAN debut in professional CS for Lake. The first map wasn't great for him. Dust 2 seemed a bit more forgiving. I think that's a really rough landscape to step into. Like, we have to kind of judge him like we do all the other players, but I think he did a pretty good job. For now, though, Anders, we can look at today's schedule on the B stream and show you what we're going to be up to. We're going to be bringing you a couple of games, and then I believe Bardolph and Hawker will be jumping in afterwards. So we've got GG Hal with Kiabi and Co. up against the Danish powerhouse, Sashi Esports, and then the Mongols and MIBR, which is, for me, that's the more spicy of the two. But I guess Sashi have been on the up and up, haven't they? People have been getting quite excited about them.
Yeah, they're one of those Danish squads that's out there, like putting in the work. Obviously, super motivated to be playing well and making their way through. I think they've got some interesting players there, so I wouldn't be too surprised if they're going to be, a contender to do some damage here. But it's rough territory, obviously, in the best of one stage. You know it's not going to be easy. But yeah, I'm curious. Also, obviously, very fun to see Kievi over on the other side, or GG Hal.
Absolutely.
Just obviously a legendary name in many ways.
Yeah, the youngest MVP at a major, right? I think that still stands. Yeah, like it's been a bit of a shame to see his career like not go in the direction he would like. I think I saw him at Pro League like 3 seasons ago for Endpoint, and he's such a nice guy. Like, I spoke to him quite a lot, and he still can play. It just feels like his stock is quite low right now, and he's not getting the opportunities he needs. I think that's why he's playing in a Middle Eastern kind of outfit right now. Yeah. But best of luck to him. Like, they came from the local heroes category, so they got an invite, and that's why they had to go straight from the lower bracket, as it were. But the match of the day, though, is not going to be the Sashi game. It's going to be Mongols versus MIBR. So out of the two, this is the match of the day for our stream, of course. So Mongols, MIBR. The Mongols, like they seem like they're having a bit of a struggle recently, and they lost to G2, the new look G2 with Malbs and Snacks.
Yeah.
And that was surprising for me. Like Mongols are considered a team that could cause damage at an event like Cologne or something like that now after getting a few tournament wins. But that was a 2-0, and they never really got going. So, are you thinking they can do it today?
I think so. Although I don't think it's any walk in the park against MIBR, right? They've got some interesting players. Looking forward to seeing Insani play. I don't think I've got a chance to cast him yet, or maybe once or twice. But yeah, I mean, I think Mongols should be a powerful team. I will sort of cast them as the favorite myself, but I mean, a best of one. I don't think it's going to be that easy. It's MIBR. I don't think they'll
best
be
of
a
one.
Of a team.
MR12 as well. That's going to be.
I know.
Really kind of exciting. Like it's going to be quite tense and nerve-wracking. I'm going to try and bring the hype it deserves because, like, especially for GG How, right? They started that lower bracket. This could literally be one map that could be like a 13-2, and then it could all fall apart. But speaking of which, just have a look at what's coming up. What's the first match of the day? We'll bring that up for you now and confirm what we all know. Here it is. GG How. Kiabi and his boys up against Sashi Esports, Hunden's boys. So yeah, they've actually looked like a team that has some very good like tier 2 results. It seemed to be the kind of smurfing that sort of bracket of Counter-Strike, and I feel like they're kind of building for this year, like
yes.
maybe for 2025, getting themselves in a position where they could be the next big Danish team, because it feels like after the major at Ecstatic, I think they were sold off, right? Like they didn't stay with the org, and it feels like that team's kind of got a little bit quieter. This is the team everyone's looking to in Denmark right now, apart from Astralis, of course.
Yeah, I would say so. Plenty of talent out there. Obviously, a couple of players that we kind of recognize from Astralis, funnily enough. But I think this is going to be I think potentially a nice mix. And if nothing else, we'll discover some new talent on the GG How side. I mean, there's some names we don't recognize. We call about Kirby, obviously, but Isa is there as well. He's a fantastic guy. Met him many times at LAN. He's just a genuinely nice person. And Dennis Law as well, I believe, used to play on 500. So yeah, interesting assortment of players here. Whether they can win in the best of one, I think that still remains to be seen.
I think they could. I guess that comes down to the veto. You're going to be able to get a map that's going to be at least favorable in that sense. You're going to be able to get a Mirage or a Dust 2 at the very least, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even like try and bring that Vertigo pick that we saw from M80 yesterday. Like we heard it from Vitality. Like they weren't necessarily ready for that. Like they prepared for it, but they didn't actually play it a lot. So there's some options there. Like if you can do your preparation and work out the weaknesses, and I think you try and go for those and surprise them, win a couple of pistols. Like I said, it's best of one MR12. Like anything can and will happen. So a lot of experience on this team. Like you said, some tenured players with Issa, Kiabi. I feel like they could actually step up. They could cause some trouble here. Like it's not like this Sashi team has got a ton of experience. They play a lot of tier 2 like online stuff, and they go to the lesser lands, but they know as well, like if you lose just one map now at this point, you're out the tournament. So a chance of a choke, certainly possible.
Yeah, there's always room for a choke, or we've seen that a couple of times, or at least near chokes coming out from FaZe. Even if they recovered it, it was damn close, wasn't it? So yeah, I wouldn't rule that out either. But very interested to see. They're going to be playing up against Sashi as well. Iceberg, Quez, Cabby, Lucky, and Mr. Lucky and Mr. We kind of know. Iceberg you might recognize as well. Quez actually got a chance to cast over at the ISF tournament, and actually seems I think like a pretty interesting player. I wouldn't rule him out as someone that's worth keeping an eye on.
Okay, interesting. Yeah, you got Lucky, of course, from Astralis fame, and then, yeah, definitely names we're familiar with, but I wouldn't say they were superstars or anything like that, or household names, but we're familiar with the squad, and they are led by Hunden in terms of a tactical coach, and everyone's been saying that he can cause some damage. He's still got a good eye for the game, and they managed to take a single map off Mouse yesterday. Mouse are a top 5 team, That's pretty impressive. That the fact that they're even getting a map off them suggests they are the heavy favorites coming into today. I guess I will state that they don't really have any tape whatsoever on GG How. Like I go towards their match pages, and it's like they've barely got any records of anything, and it was like back in February when they played. So I guess you've got that going for you, a team that like likes to prepare and like watch the demos and anti-strat, etc. Like not having that tape to work with, you could be in for a bit of a surprise today. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if there are any like private offline demos that are that are available from the region. Like you have to ask around, you have to do some real research to figure out what's going on there. But
Yeah.
not going to be easy at all. So yeah, that is kind of a disadvantage. You just have no idea. You might know, I mean, from what I can tell, they play a bit of Anubis. But again, like you said, it's quite a while ago. Does that mean you just ban out Anubis automatically here if you?
Yeah, like right, because they play it, are you going to ban it? Like, doesn't mean like you should be able to beat them technically. Just because they play it doesn't mean you should get rid of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is a bit of a. I guess that's the most interesting part of this whole discussion. It's like we don't know much about GG How. We know they're going to be a plucky team. We know they're going to be dangerous. They're not going to be too tentative. I think they'll just be all guns blazing and making sure that they make the most of this single best of one opportunity. Like just to reiterate, they didn't get to go through the round of 15. They had to start directly in this last chance qualifier, the resurrection qualifier, because they were the local heroes. Got players from the Middle Eastern region. So yeah, literally one best of one, it could be over. You don't want to squander this opportunity. Like if you win this game, it won't be like a historic upset. It's Sashi, like they're like a top 30 team, but it will be great for the player profiles and just to kind of turn some heads and show that you can still kind of hang with some of the bigger dogs.
Well, I think Kiev even said in that pre-game interview, kind of saying they're right now just trying to become the best team in their region and then kind of expand from there on out. But I guess if you win this one, yeah, that's gonna motivate the guys on GG How a lot. Like, yeah, I think even one win here would go a long way to keeping spirits high. And kind of look to the future. So I think there's a lot on the line for that. And obviously you're facing elimination, so every single decision you make in this game is going to really matter. Quite curious how it'll play out, and especially curious to what map we're going to end up on. Just from the lack of data, I'd be interested to see what GG How is going to come up with here. And also Kiebu doing the in-game leading. So there's a lot of new stuff going on for him at the moment.
Yeah. Best of luck to him, I suppose. You got one single map to prove yourself. If that doesn't go well, I'm not sure when we're going to see them again. But hopefully, like, it's at least a good game, Anders. That's all we ever ask for, right?
That is what we want. I'm just personally happy to see Issa back again. Like I said, he's like a player that for a while had a bit of a profile. I would say that he's just like a fresh player who'll take some risks, maybe sometimes too many risks, but it's been a couple of years, I think, since I've really seen him play. So maybe he's matured as a player, and he used to be like, I think, quite a big presence on a server in just in the sense that he was kind of everywhere. So fun player to watch as well. And we got the Lebanese player as well, Mini, that I haven't seen play yet, but just from stats alone, obviously it's skewed by the region that he's playing in, but still seems like could be an interesting player.
Yeah, absolutely. I think they're an interesting team. But Sashi, I think it has to be said, they are the favorites. Like, they're actually a bona fide team. They play a lot. They're surely going to be the favorites, right? Am I wrong there?
No, just again, because we don't know much, we have to go that way. Don't see them screwing up this one. They play a lot of Counter-Strike as well, just like against higher level competition. So that alone should keep them sharper, right? You look at the match page for Sashi, and they have a bunch of maps that they played. The veto is coming up here, so let's just take a look at it. Anubis immediately banned out. So they banned the one map that we have any data on.
You did it. Okay. You actually called it. Well done.
Nice.
So the ban's coming through. So I guess best of ones was a different veto format, right? So we're going to be playing Ancient. Take from that what you will. I'm not really sure if that's good or bad news for either team. I guess I can check in with Sashi's recent results on it, see what they've been playing.
Yeah, they've got some victories on it, I think. Maybe not the best map in the pool for them, but yeah, I don't know if they could ended up differently. I guess they just wanted to avoid Dust 2. It doesn't seem like a map that's actually playing that much.
They played it against Mouse yesterday. They lost 13-7, but yeah, I guess I didn't watch the game. It was when we were commentating, so it's very difficult to really take anything away from that. They did beat Mouse on Nuke, but that's all we really have. So I guess we'll wait for the game to go live momentarily. That's going to be the chosen battlefield. Bear in mind, this is a best of one. And now, Anders, your favorite part of the show, we have the stcplay.gg predictions.
Yes.
So if you want to get involved, guys, go to stcplay.gg. Let us know who you think is going to win. And I guess, Anders, you'd have to say Sashi, right? Although I'm kind of loaded question there, but what do you
Yeah.
think?
You're like an attorney, Henry, just forcing me to the one answer that you want here in the court. But yeah, I have to go with Sashi. So obviously some nationality bias coming into it, but also just like just knowing kind of a little bit about this team. And knowing really zero about GG How, I think it just has to go that way. But again, like I always say, I'm more happy to be wrong. It's more fun when it turns out the other way. We need some upsets in this tournament, and this would be a good one.
It would be. I'm just looking now to see if we're going to get some updates, and apparently we're going to go to a break for now, Anders, while we get ready for this best of one. I'm looking at the studio now, and it looks like there's maybe just a few issues, so we'll go to a break and be right back with GG How versus Sashi. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Esports World Cup. We are ready. It looks like the players are ready to go as well. We've got GG How versus Sashi in a knockout duel. We've got a best of one here on Ancient to decide their fate. Bear in mind that GG How have not even played a game yet. Sashi managed to play against Mousesports in the best of three yesterday. They took a map off them, which is Nuke. They did lose Ancient 13-7. It's the plucky underdogs here, the hometown heroes with some Middle Eastern players representing them. And I'm just hoping for a good game, Anders. I guess all I can really say is that Sashi are definitely the favorites here. But a best of one, MR12, all it takes is a couple of pistols, as we saw in the game yesterday, for the underdog to make the favorites sweat.
Yeah, right, you are. Best of one, MR12, and like a couple of pistols. That really can skew the difference. We're on Ancient as well. A map that everyone, I think it's universally loved in the community. So a good battleground here to settle the score with. Kirby in the middle, and we'll see if he's going to be up for the leadership role here. We do have one player that seems to be suspiciously missing, and also an incredibly chewed up mousepad. I think I've heard about players that keep the same mousepad essentially forever as some kind of superstition. So yeah.
I did that for a while. Do you know when Valve released that like official kind of CS:GO mousepad? I used one of those for a long time, and then I got one like custom made for me by a company that had my name on it. Also just use that, and it's just like you get attached to them even though when they've like well past their sell by date. It's got that kind of nice feel to it. For some reason you can't really quantify what it is, and then you try something new and you have one bad game, you're just like, no, I'm not doing this. I can't. I need to stay on this one.
It wasn't me, it was the mouse pad really that made the difference.
Yeah, that one is battered though. Look at that.
Oh dear.
That's like the dog got hold of it.
It's possible, isn't it? Dog ate my homework kind of feel. Yeah. But either way, we are going to get into the game in a couple of seconds. Everyone's sat that back down again, so that's always good news. As long as they keep their headsets on, generally, that's how we know that things are headed in the right direction. Yeah, what did you ever have any player superstitions apart from mousepads, Henry? Obviously, back in the day in Source, was there anything that you had to do to play the game?
Not so much. Like, I was normally like, my settings were always the same throughout my career. I didn't really change like res or sends or anything like that. I had players around me that were much worse about that. I was more of the voice of reason, just saying like, we just need to play. Like, all of that stuff's in your head. Use the same res you normally do. Whatever you think is best is fine.
Nice.
But oh, here we go. We're actually good to go, ladies and gentlemen. GG Hal versus Sashi Esports here. It doesn't look like we have a knife. We're just going to be getting straight into it. And the favorite Sashi starting the T side. 3 players towards middle. Looks like an A split to open things up here. They've got 2 smokes, a Molotov and a flash. P250 in the hands of Mister as well. There's a smoke towards the red room to allow them some access towards Donut Anders.
Just a question of timing for Kirby. He's trying to see if he can get it right. They did duck right under, so always scary when you're walking out on the T side. But look at this, they're actually walking the whole way. Kirby should be in some trouble here. The flash goes through, but he's smart, and he's hiding inside of the smoke. I do like that. Otherwise, he probably would have been dead. Now he's going to be walking up behind them, but he can call it into his teammates. They know what's coming. They know this is going to be an A hit eventually, so getting a bit close here. It's Cabby to get the first one. Is a nice headshot. Wants to keep it going, but he can't. Mister will take him down. The bomb is planted, and now coming out. Oh, the smoke. It's Denislow with the dualies absolutely knocking him down. 3 headshots, and Iceberg's the only one left. Then the donut quite far away at the moment here. Oh, but maybe not.
Getting a bit dicey, actually, Anders. He can still win this. We've talked about how OP the Glock is, and there's no kit available, so he's going to take them down one by one. It was looking good. The Julies were absolutely doing work out there, but it looks like Iceberg just playing ring around the rosy, and he's done more than enough here. That is a real gut-wrenching way to close it out. It looked like it was a done deal. Kelly's run out of bullets as well. He's literally got nothing left. He's just having to use the knife. Oh, you hate to see it. You really do. It was looking like an absolute done deal, but all he had to do was take down that defusing player and stay alive, and that's exactly what he did. That's heartbreaking.
Yeah, what a way to exit that round. They really had it on a 3 versus 1 already on the defuse. Denislow did everything that he could have to make that work, and somehow it isn't enough. Sashi, they'll win the pistol round, and you can see what it means to them. He was quite excited there. A 3 kill for Iceberg to begin with. In the middle,
yeah.
Mister doing a bit of work here with Galil. Oh, the flash is amazing. They all got flashed. I'm shocked that he didn't get more, but the MAC-10 will clean it up afterwards, so it might even have been better there, especially if he can upgrade it into it. Oh, not quite. But still, a lot of money with the MAC-10.
A lot of money indeed. That was the full eco, of course. GG How will have a pretty decent buy. No AWPs in sight, but they've got helmets and the M4s here. Basic utility. Lacking incendiaries, maybe, but it should be okay. But a bit of a bonus situation here for Sashi. You might want to continue with this momentum they've got and just keep these fast-paced rounds going. Get some fast Jaguar control and see whether you can actually cause a bit of chaos here. We are going to see Iceberg throwing out the lurk smoke in towards the A side. Flash goes in, but he doesn't expect the early boost here. It's not really a play you make in the kind of mid stages of the half, so that's well played. And the opening kill for GG How on their gun round here. But in towards the B bomb side we go as all the ruse over towards A.
Yeah, and it did actually cause a fairly substantial rotation to that side. Now, they're not even planning the bomb. Cabby's pushing up. Oh, they're turned the wrong way. I can't believe they're alive. Sashi, what are you doing? That should have been a double kill spray down right then and there. And now instead, the bomb is planted. Sure, there's a bit of a flank coming in here. Again, they're taking an enormous amount of damage. Oh, the grenade runs in. Henry, it's a disaster. Quez nearly with a triple grenade kill, but they're going to survive the round somehow.
Okay, I thought there was going to be like a historic grenade thrown there. That would have been wild. Imagine that, like a triple kill with the HE. It looked good for a second as well. Yeah, weird round there from Sashi. It looked like they did everything well, like a nice little playing towards A. Sure, you didn't get the opening kill, but it caused a few rotations. You had some open runway in towards that B site. This was the first kill. Not a big deal, but then he felt like they could have done a bit more out of that one, as they actually had them with the pants down. That was the grenade. Didn't do quite enough damage there, but there was definitely moments they could recover that 5-on-2. But either way, close round. Like we said, a bonus round for Sashi, not the end of the world. They don't win it. This is the very important one now. Everyone's fully invested on both sides, and we'll see whether there's going to be any GG How aggression, try and take the B lanes at the start.
I can't explain that last round. That's so much damage, and somehow they just don't get the kills. I would say Sashi right now are playing with no fear whatsoever. You can see them swinging into these fights in the middle. This is how you play Counter-Strike when you just feel like we're going to be better than our opponents, just 100%, and you're not necessarily trying to slow play it that much. You're just trying to see if you can win the fights here. Osamas has got a Molotov right at his chest, so a little bit unfortunate for him. Flash around the corner, and they're always going to check that side because they threw the Molotov on the other side, so they will always check that corner. Now it's a 5 versus 3. I think Sashi going to keep playing like this. Unless they get a lot of pushback from GG How, I imagine that the Danes will just kind of try to bully them out of the server.
Yeah, it's looking quite good so far. This round has been very impressive. Get that nice mid control, man advantage, establish cheater under your remit as well, and then just wait for these reactions to come through. A nice B execution, smoking off towards long and short, players in towards cave, sorry, and then they're going to actually have full control of the B side. This is almost safe territory around Kiabi, unless he gets one through the smoke. He almost does. Unfortunately, though, that's going to be the save as we go 3-1. There's no way you can even consider going for this.
Yeah, better to save. You don't have that much, so you definitely need to. I didn't see it quite yet, but obviously a big question we need to decide here, Henry. Is Kiebu still doing that shaky aim thing?
Oh, yeah, he is, for sure.
He is.
Like,
okay, well, because...
I commentated him like a year ago at Pro League, and he definitely was still doing it.
Okay.
There it is. You just saw it.
See it a little bit. All right. That's so interesting. Just for people maybe who weren't watching Counter-Strike at the time or whatever, you would have been able to tell who Kirby was if you stripped the entire HUD and all the player names away. Like you could just tell because he has that slight shake to his aim, and everyone, like, he's the only player I've ever really seen do it. So quite interesting. Obviously, you know, he reached the very heights of Counter-Strike, so hard to criticize it, but it's very interesting and kind of unique in that sense.
Yeah, you're definitely right there. One of the few players you can tell exactly who it is by just the way they spray. But this was nice work from Sashi. Like we said, fast mid control, good protocols with the utility, flushed them out, giving themselves the advantageous fights, as you mentioned, then taken towards cave as well. And it was no problem whatsoever. But like we said, it's a very important round that should put the money in a pretty desperate spot here. Kiabi, in-game leader, has got his work cut out for him. They certainly were the underdogs coming into this one today. This is like partial buy territory, I believe. You can bring out like a 5-7, maybe some Kevlar if you really want to push the boat out. I would say it's going to be more on the eco side of things. But fist bumps are out. Hopefully they can cause some damage here. But you're right, Sashi does look way too comfortable. They're showing a lack of respect for their opponents.
Yeah. Which, I've got to be honest, I think is a good thing. Like, it always feels weird when we say lack of respect because it sounds like they're doing something bad, but I think that's how you should play. If you feel like you're that much better, I don't think there's any reason to give the other team a lot of breathing space and a lot of, you know, time to sort of get into the game. Like, you should just try to, like, emotionally wreck them as soon as you possibly can so that the game becomes even harder for them. Mister in the middle, he's fairly tagged up. The flashbang could have nearly got him the kill there against Isa, so that is something to work with. I don't think they realize there's a second player in the middle yet, so Mini might have a chance here to have a little bit of a play. Osamas is inside of the smoke, and oh, he does make it out somehow. Thought he was going to get bumped into. Now, Kiebu in the corner and taken down by Kiebu. That's a real big problem.
He was like looking at the Molotov. He was just like watching it go by. But either way, his teammates have found the man advantage here. Bomb down. Molotov in towards cave. Low HP on a couple of players here. Very powerful smoke in towards CT spawn. Going to be a difficult retake here for GG How. They need this round, and we'll see whether they can do anything with it. Samus and Issa are low, and they've got the retake with the AWP as well. I'm not sure this is going to go too well for them. They'll definitely go for it, but it all comes down to this initial duel.
Having a kit on the one player that's so low on health is kind of devastating as well. And look at where he is that he's actually so far away from the action right now, all the way towards CT spawn. So he's going to finally try and make a run at it through the smoke. He has to just run in a defuse right now. It's not going to happen at all. Mini goes down, and I think they're simply out of time here. Isa going to get hunted. Dennis Law trying to make a run for it with the AWP. He will be able to survive the round at the very least, but yeah, like you said, even at the man advantage, a very difficult retake. And I think just, again, having the kit in that awkward position, just never a good thing. When are we going to be able to throw kits to our teammates? We can throw grenades, Henry. Is that going to be a new thing? Can we?
I just thought about that a few times. And I
throw
guess
the bomb.
You can throw the bomb. I guess you're right. I'm trying to think like what would be the major disadvantage there. I guess it just like it's always been And you've always been able to drop the bomb. You've never been able to drop kits. That you can drop grenades now. We've got a B rush though, Anders. We can get into that later. And this is a chance for the CTs, maybe. Okay, maybe not. It's going to be quite a clean sweep, actually, as we go for another round in favor of Sashi. That's a nice, simple round, and it's already done.
It's incredibly short-lived, maybe, Henry. I'm not going to lie. You held on to that for 1 second, maybe. You tried. Tried to summon a bit of optimism, and it just slapped right out of your hands. I'm sorry, Henry. Well, they're out hunting, like immediately out hunting. They're not even, no one's worried about the bomb. Like, there's one, I think Mister's holding on to the MAC-10. In theory, if someone was hiding in a corner somewhere, then it could be interesting. But yeah, again, Sashi just, I prefer this kind of style. If you think you're going to be the better team, I think this is how you should play the game. Dennis Law and Mini, again, doing the best that they can to save what little is left. Not the most aggressive hunting coming out either, I guess, from Sashi, so a little bit of respect, John, perhaps. But the scoreline is 5-1, so I feel like the forecast for an upset right now are just like it's looking worse and worse all the time for GG.
Yeah. Well, bear in mind that pistol round as well. It was a 3 versus 1, essentially. I think they really needed that one. When that didn't work out for them, it felt like the wheels started to fall off quite early. They got a bit of a lifeline with that fumbled round from Sashi, where they had the big spray down towards the back of B. Didn't work out for them. That's the only round they've given up so far. You can see they've been quite smart, keeping that MAC-10 in hand, knowing the money's in a pretty compromised position. They can continue that same strategy we saw again. Same boost, same kill. That kind of ruse in towards the A site, and then they will try and make it work in towards B. But there's actually a couple of kills for GG How. Looking a bit stronger here, but this will be a nice trade from Mister. He will be taking control of the K position now, and Molotov himself out. Not ideal.
No, definitely not. I'm going to be waiting around for a bit. Making his way. Just checking it out slowly but surely. Still same position here for Kebi. See if he's going to be ready. Molotov will rain down just to check that common corner. Flashes are going over. And a really deep Molotov here. Mister just running up. The flashbang worked perfectly, but he just wasn't ready to take the fight there. Lucky trying to find the shot into the corner, and it'll take down Isa finally. Still, he's in a 1 versus 2 still. And Dennis Law going to show up with the AWP to bring him down. So, GG How, they win a round here. It's a close one, and it does cost them a lot, but still, it's a good victory.
Yeah, they lost a bit of tempo there with the missed Molotov. I think they wanted to kind of really capitalize upon that kill and the trade. But yeah, it didn't work out. A little bit unfortunate, but well held from GG How, keeping their head above water here. Down but not out. There's Hunden behind them. If you're not aware, he's the coach of Sashi. And we do have another decent gun round here for both teams. Picking up some AKs on the CT side now. Dennis Law with a nice shot to close out the previous round. And we'll see whether they can actually keep themselves in this one. He'll be holding defensively with the AWP to his donuts. And they're waiting for a bit of aggression here. You can see Iceberg just turning for those flashes. Samus waiting to push out and check elbow. Confirm that's clear. Got himself a bit of wiggle room here.
Putting out another smoke. They kind of know where he is, so they'll Molotov him off that one. The smoke will help him not getting shot at the back while he's rotating. All right, Kebi, good shot, and they'll take down Iceberg on top of it. And he shoots right through. The angle could not possibly have been better. Mister going to get blown up inside of that smoke. So Quez and Lucky, the last 2 alive here. But GG How is starting to answer back. I like this.
Yeah, absolutely, Anders. They took that timeout. Kiabi rallied the troops, and they're actually looking much better.
That's what we want to see. Again, they've got this one chance, this single best of one, to try and prove themselves here at the EWC. So, yeah, no slow starts really can be allowed for. I think already at the 5-1 scoreline, I was getting very, very nervous. But, you know, you're starting to recover it now. It's not too late. You can put a good half together still if you're on the CT side. Quez, first kill goes his way. Ooh, nearly jumps into certain death there. Even if Osama's a little bit low on health. Not necessarily an easy round, and a nice headshot. Well played from Osama's. It's a 3 kill for him in the round.
Oh, it absolutely is. That's very well played. Solid hold. I think they have a bit of breathing room as well at this point. It's the first tactical timeout used by Sashi. Hunden starting to feel the pressure now. That lack of respect they were showing at the start might have to be changed somewhat, because they're going to have to dig deep into the scrapbook and see whether they can actually recover these few rounds they've given up now. The looser play style starting to fall apart somewhat. The individual duels going in favor of GG How. And yeah, you can see that they're looking a little bit uncomfortable. It's the same story for them. They lose a single best of one. They are out as well. Lovely little workout. I love the fact they send Soup towards Cave at the start on the CT side, then cheat one out towards middle, like with the smoke going down, re-smoke elbow. So it kind of gives you a nice two-man setup to stop the rush, and then you can back out middle with the smoke down as well. It's a pretty cool idea.
Yeah, I like it as well. They're putting in a little bit of work here. Like you said, it's a breathing room coming up potentially. Got 2 Tech-9s, got a couple of Deagles here, but that's about it.
Rush, I think.
Yeah, oh, they might have wanted that, but there's an absolute lake of fire outside of that B bomb site, so they'll leave that alone for the minute. Just boost it up here. Maybe the Deagle could open something up. Dennis Law was back there with the AWP, but wasn't able to land the shot, so still, it's worth giving it a try with the Deagle, I reckon. They're all grouping up and going back towards the middle, it seems, instead. But they shouldn't be doing too much damage in this round. Sashi, it's just, you know, if you get a bomb plant here, it'd be kind of cool news. But otherwise, just try and get some rifles away from GG How.
It's up. Can feel them en route. Looking to take a bite out of it towards the donut. He doesn't control the spray. I think he's only good for one here. This could actually fall apart. It might do, actually, because there's long rotations now for CTs.
Yeah, this is a huge victory. They actually got almost a running Tech-9 shot on the other player that was actually inside of the A-bomb side. Now they get Dennis Law as well. That's a bit of a disaster right now. Osamas and Kirby left 2 versus 2 against Quez and Lucky are both stacked up towards that donut position, and there is nothing they don't have a Molotov to get rid of them here. Kirby, he's spotted out, and what a headshot from Lucky. I think he's in trouble now. I think Kirby had the kit as well, so where do you go with this one? You can't sit... Oh, he's going to pick up a kit en route, so that's something, but Lucky! Wow. He finds one more. What a round from him.
Damn, son. Yeah, very nice. It was looking like Sashi was starting to shrink somewhat. Their economy went down to just some Tech-9s and Kevlar, a couple of Deagles in the mix, and it was lucky it was Desert Eagle closing out that round. But yeah, this is the moment from Issa. Felt like he should have done more of this. That's why you see players jump around the corner there. You saw how much it kind of averted his crosshair from the main pack, and then at that point he had to only find 1 kill at that stage. He couldn't get more than that. He was overwhelmed, and they flooded the bomb site, got the Molotov down, the plants, and it's going to pit GG How in the uncomfortable spot now. They're force spying with 2 SMGs, a FAMAS, and a main push. They need to take matters into their own hands here. You can see they're trying to take the aggro in towards middle. It's worked out quite nicely. These equal trades for now. Advantage still with Sashi. 3 versus 3 as Mini does find the AK-47. This shot needs to land, but he doesn't expect Lucky. They'll get another trade here. It's possible. They're in a pretty decent position, but there's going to be Kiabi thrust into a 2 versus 1. He's only got the MP9. Can be a good gun, of course, and that's like Ancient. Lots of close-range duels available, but how does he even position himself to win this one? Tucks himself into the pocket outside B. And they're going nowhere near him. He's just got to hope that this position pays dividends. He's got that bulldozer MP9, but they're going in towards Red Room right now. If they go towards the A bomb site, he's absolutely done for. If they do overthink it and go towards B, there's a chance, Anders. There's like a very slim chance. He'll hear them planting from the pocket, but he still isn't in a position to do anything about it. He can't wallbang them. And they've got so much utility, double Molotov, smokes, and flashes. I just don't think there's a chance.
No, the big deal for him here definitely would have been if they would have gone the other route and kind of walked in front of him. That would have been really fun. But not going to get that kind of luxury. He'll know that they're coming up close, so... Oh, but he's been smoked off as well, so... Not necessarily an easy chance. If he had a flashbang, he could use that to his advantage. But right now, just ice cold walks through. He could be dead already, but he's going to get a bit of a burst fire. Looking for the last player, but Iceberg will take him down. Honestly, it's about as good as you could have hoped for there for Kirby. That was a very, very hard one to try and win.
Yeah, so they did go towards B. He got a bit of a early warning from the initial utility thrown, but as you mentioned, the MP9, good for 1. I had no intel on the second player. If he just caught him, maybe there's a chance. Nice work from Osama. It's like actually taking the aggro for the A push, but unfortunately that should be eco for the last round.
Yeah, it should be. 7 here for Sashi. I think we slowed down a little bit, but I don't know, for GG How, unless they can have a shocking upset in this round, I actually think it's almost necessary. Like a 7-5, that feels like somewhat safe territory for GG How. but that would require winning this round and the next. And all they have is a couple of upgraded pistols here. 5.7 at close range, though. Can be kind of dangerous. There's a nice headshot.
It's very dangerous. Yeah, this is the pistol that's stealing the show over the Deagle. The P250 chiming in as well. There's low HP, and they've brought it down to a 2 versus 1. This is where Iceberg needs to step up once again. Good Molotov towards Defo. He knows the player's there as well. He's going to flush him out. Trying to hold on. He actually had a free kill there. Going to make up for it in the end. It's going to be Kiabi into another 1 versus 1 here. They didn't force buy. This is technically an eco on the CT side. If they can steal this one away, they will give Sashi equal treatment to what they received. So now Kiabi looking to find a rifle if possible, and Iceberg's ready for it. Looks like he's got the idea as to what he's up against. It should be the kill. Nice work. Well read. And Kiabi close once again, but can't close it out.
That is such a shame. Like, great work at the start of that round. They made all the difference, but they just couldn't actually find that last kill. Oh, that would have been the dream scenario for them. Imagine a 7-5 off the back of some great shots here coming out. Isa, fantastic work as well, hitting a couple of good headshots there. And then just so close, but not quite. 8 rounds on the side of Sashi. They're going to be celebrating that one, and we're going into round number 12 here, the last of the half. Wow. Starts out pretty hot. In the middle, Mister's going to be going down, but he did get a kill before that happened.
Why is Iceberg only got a Glock? Okay, that's why he's not got he didn't buy a gun. That's why, Anders. I guess there's one available to him around here somewhere.
Typically, you do want to buy weapons in this game.
Okay, he had like 5k as well. So yeah, he is thanking his lucky stars. His teammates went down, and that's a weird thing to say. But there we go. They're bringing it back to a 3 versus 3. Always remember to buy your guns, ladies and gentlemen. That's a top pro tip in Counter-Strike. Iceberg, there it is, making his teammates' weapons work for him. And it looks like he's actually going to get a double. So all is forgiven. It was a scary round, but it looks like Samus won't be able to do much of this, as he'll be coming in from Donut. They're going to smoke him off. It's like one of those impossible clutches. That's where he's at right now.
Yeah, really optimizing the economy for himself in a round where they're not going to play, anymore on this half. But still, that is kind of funny. Just forgot to buy. His mind was somewhere else. He's thinking about some other thing. Molotov there, grenade. They kind of know where he's coming from. He's probably dead here. Walking into a crossfire. That's a nice shot. Osama has actually proven some great individual skill here, but this just looks absolutely unwinnable. He's going to get one more headshot in there. Now it's trying to... Oh, and right on top. Lucky will burn him alive. The Molotov... I mean, the smoke was thrown, but it just didn't matter anyway. It's Sashi to win the last one, and they are looking great right now.
They absolutely are, Anders. It's been a good half.
Honor 200 series, the best portrait phone, AI empowered. Studio level, AI portrait camera, 3 hardcore portrait modes. Color, vibrant and classic to capture portraits that truly stand out. AI empowered magic portal. Snapdragon 8S Gen 3 AI chipset. 5,200 milliampere per hours silicon carbon battery, 100 watt, Honor Supercharge. This is Honor 200 series.
A warm welcome back to the Esports World Cup 2024, the inaugural season. We're back from the player break and we're here with the lower bracket, the last chance qualifier for Sashi and GG How. The latter of which is their first best of one here by being the invited hometown heroes. And they found themselves in a pretty desperate position, Anders. 3 rounds. And they need this pistol, I think. It goes without saying that they have to win this one. A similar approach, an ace split coming in, and Sashi to defend.
Yeah, it all comes down to this. One best of one, a single battle on Ancient, and if Sashi can win this pistol round, you're right, then they probably win the whole series and stay alive for a little while longer. Osamas, though, good start. Aza as well. Oh, what a headshot from Lucky. That was well played, but I don't think it'll swing the round just yet. Bomb should be planted in a couple of seconds here. It's just 2 players left on the Sashi side as GG How have found a way into the bomb site. Oh, and, well, that might just seal the deal here. It's going to be Mr. alone in a 1 versus 4. They know that no one's coming through middle because Nick Kirby's been holding that the whole time, and now they realize where Mr's coming from, and they're going to just overwhelm him. Nicely done. No hesitation. I love that call coming out of GG How.
Well, we might have a game in our hands. They needed that pistol. If you're Sashi right now, you don't really have to force buy the second round. We're seeing a lot of teams opt to do that, but with the nice haul of rounds you've got, like, it's not required, I would say. But we'll see what they've got in mind. So nice work from GG How. Good ace split. Good utility. Hit their shots. Lucky, like I said, nice little headshot towards main, but the drive-by for Kiabi to close things out. And there it is, full eco. You can't really ask for much here. And it's going to rush A main and hope for the best. It's a common eco strap. Sometimes you can catch them off guard and get a couple of kills.
Yeah, I like it. There it is. They weren't really caught off guard. They're still getting a lot more than I was expecting here, but the round should still be solidly in favor of GG How. Another little damage there to Mini, but yeah, that's a lot more than you were expecting because they actually were set up to encounter that, but still, it's the round for GG How.
Yeah. Very expensive one, all things considered. Like you said, they were set up for it and lost 3 players en route. There was never any danger of losing it, really, but yeah, a little bit uncomfortable. And it's going to be the first gun round. I mean, it does mean their finances will be very weak if they do indeed lose this round. They'll only get $1,400, especially if no plant coming in. But 9 to 5, this game is getting a bit closer. They kind of need this round as well before I start getting excited about it, but let's see what they bring to the table.
Smokes being exchanged. Cabby's taking a bit of damage. Iceberg is looking to play over that smoke if they'll allow it. Oh, but they blow it open instead and just expose him. So nicely done. That's a good way to catch some of those CTs. Cabby's still on the other side though, and he did so much damage. Sure, the first kill on Dennis Law, you could see him, but that second one, that was getting away with quite a bit.
Yeah, a bit of intuition coming through there as we do find him getting the man advantage after losing Iceberg here. Now got a 4 versus 3 situation in favor of Sashi. It's going to be resetting the round somewhat. The bomb's outside the double doors. There'll be with some utility towards the K position. There is a CT in there. It's going to be Quez. We'll see whether he can actually hold on. And Mr. towards long. It's going to be challenging with the M4 here. Spots a couple of players, but beaten to the punch. Drops the smoke towards the top of B ramp. And that should be enough to win the round here. I'm not seeing any windows of opportunity unless Kiabi finds a kill like that. Okay, straight through the smoke, the round is back on. Still a lot of work to be done here. They've got 30 seconds and need to recover that bomb, which Kiabi will do. And it looks like they'll opt to go in towards A, potentially. But time really is of the essence. You can't really afford to walk around too much here. Samus needs to find a kill in the back. Oh, he goes to the long-range spray. He really could have done a lot more with that. Should go down here, but somehow, some way, he's keeping the dream alive. We do have Lucky in towards A main, so even with the quick plan, there's almost no way he can win.
Yeah, the problem is if he gets interrupted even once here, it's over. Yeah, he's just going to run there. He had no choice. He had to just run on there, try to plant the bomb. Maybe he could have spent 1 second looking around, but what is that really going to get him?
1 second, but then he probably wouldn't get a plan. Yeah, nice effort there. They recovered, what, a 4-on-2 situation, brought it down to a 2v1. No plan, though. And quite a significant round. Because bear in mind, they lost so many players on that anti-eco that their money's going to be busted now.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but you say very, very close to bringing it back here. This unfortunate start for them really was hard to recover, no question about it. Sashi, a step closer here to surviving their opening best of one, down towards the resurrection stage. It's looking pretty good at the moment here.
Certainly. But yeah, I'm guessing they have to eco. I think the funds are going to be so low. Losing those 3 players to the USPs really didn't help them out. Fully invested after that. Lose the round. No plant coming through. So it looks to be a tactical timeout, but this is where Sashi will be in touching distance of closing this one out.
Almost certainly. Yeah, like you said, you just have to buy here, right?
Yeah, the money was absolutely wrecked. So they got 2 pistols, a Khalil, AKs with no utility. Good luck, lads. You're going to need it. You can see Dennis Law actually sacrificed his Kevlar to make one of those AKs possible.
Whatever it takes. Let's see if they can find a way home on this one. Quez getting a kill, but Abby was very flashed in the middle. Now a bit of an exchange. Still running towards the other side. That was close, I think, to Iceberg getting shot in the back of the head. Question is, can Mr. hold him off for long enough here to get some rotations in? Because he's kind of alone right now. We'll get 2 great kills. That'll get the job done. 2 versus 3 all of a sudden. And sure, they're at the site, and they might be able to get the bomb planted, but still going to be at a 1-man disadvantage when the retake begins.
Yeah, and bear in mind, Dennis Law has mentioned there's no Kevlar as well, so he's got the rifle, but he's going to be very squishy. Holds towards that smoke, trying to hold headshot angles if possible, but even the MP9, if it tickles him, he'll be going down. Oh, bit of a clumsy footstep there from Iceberg. Doesn't matter, though. You can see the hot knife through butter. He'll be finding it, and now Samus will have to just go, right, I know where the bomb is, and hopefully I get some luck, some RNG. Here comes the spray.
Oh, he thinks that might have been the diffuser. Oh, wait, they come off the diffuser anyway. Oh, there we go. All right, he did defuse the bomb. I thought for a second, I thought he stopped early, Henry.
No. It was a diffuse kit. Yeah, it's straight up defused. And like you said, the fact that the player went down almost helped him out because at that point, they're just like, okay, it's got to be him.
That I think we've seen that happen before, right? Like, what are you supposed to do? He was very, very disciplined, Osama's, to not take that shot, right? He just thought, all right, that's it. Like, I'm gonna wait right until I need to, and then he gets the spray. He does make it work. What else are you supposed to think? Obviously, you think that's the player that's defusing on the other side, but not this time. So it'll be another round for Sashi. 11-5.
Oh yes, indeed. It's do or die time now for GG How. Like they have to win out every single round. They're gonna buy again. It feels like they're starting to pack up already. This hasn't really worked out for them. They were certainly the underdogs going into this one today. Their first best of one of the tournament hasn't been too great. See if they can hold on.
Yeah, they had moments where they've managed to show something, but in general, it's been a little bit tough on them, hasn't it? Osama's here. It was a nice start. 2 kills in the middle, blowing it up, fighting to keep this dream alive. Osama's got 19 kills, Henry. He's actually top fragging in the server, in spite of the fact that there's a massive difference between these 2 teams. So individually, he's showing us something. That's really cool. Like, he's putting his name on the board at the moment, something that we'll remember in the future, really, no matter the outcome here. That's I think that's worth it on its own for him.
Yeah, 2 excellent frags towards middle. It should be enough to win this round unless Lucky does something unbelievable. I think he's boosted up towards A main right now. Samus should find him and get his hat trick as he comes out of the temple.
Well, there's one. He's up. Just catching it. Quez on the other side too. And it's a flawless round. They didn't lose a single player on the T side.
Well, there we have it. There might be a few more twists and turns yet. Time will tell. But they keep their head above water.
And keep it going like this, and you never know. There's definitely a way to get back into it. Especially if you've got one player like that who's suddenly stepping it up. That could make it actually quite interesting. So, let's see, yeah, just brilliant work coming out here. Not looking to stop anytime soon. Yeah, get a little bit of energy going on that side. 6-11. Very long road back, but I don't know. It can be done. Nicely. Again, it's Osama's just pushing through that. They were ready. What do they really have left? Sashi. A couple of upgraded pistols. That's about it. We saw how dangerous the pistols can be in the first half, but I mean, again, they have to be in the right position for it.
They've gone all in here. They just didn't have any money to speak of. I think they were double eco regardless. So Kiabi probably goes down here. The timing elude him. So there's an AK at the very least. They're going to make their way towards B. And that is wide open right now.
Yeah. Molotovs raining in. They don't need them, but it's good to throw them anyway, just to make absolutely sure you're not going to run into any kind of issues here. Everything pointing towards this being around for the T side. A little bit of damage being dished out here, but the bomb is eventually going to get planted. Mister on a bit of a swing. Okay, he'll spray down one. Now it actually gets a bit interesting. If they can get another kill really quickly here, Iza, if he's tempted to go for the peak, oh, they'll get Cabby, and they know where Iza is. He's going to walk back into it. A good double up for him. Still, the 2 versus 2 here. They do not have a kit on that CT side, and the flashbang was really efficient. Lucky, the last one left, and even if they're very low on health here, I think he's run out of time to try and defuse this bomb.
He's going to try and save the AK, I guess, but not going to be allowed. I think he'd have gone down with the blast regardless. Well, there we have it. The 4 spy fended off. And we do have GG How still in the running here. That's a pretty massive round for them to win. It's full eco coming up next for the CTs. So down, but all out. We are going to see 11-7 come through, and presumably 11-8. So still anyone's game here.
Okay. It's getting a little bit more interesting now. Slowly but surely. And this is, again, why those good starts are a little bit important, because obviously if GG How had done a little bit more work in the beginning, then it wouldn't be such a stretch of a comeback. The problem is Sashi has so many rounds before they have to start feeling worried, but this is a bit of a cleanup. Only USPs on the CT side. It's a lightning fast round, as Dennis is going to get a triple and double kill for Osamas. Oh, but 23. My God, he's just wrecking them at the moment.
Yeah,
what's happening?
130 ADR. He's enjoying himself. Seems to be making a name. That's what we said. Like in this tournament, as long as they don't get completely bashed around the server, they can make a profile for themselves. Like ideally, get through the first round, and that's their real main objective here. They were invited because of their hometown hero status. But we're back to the gun rounds, Atlas. It's going to be a difficult fight again with the quest on towards Famous. M4's otherwise a distinct lack of utility.
They have to keep the focus here. Osamas, he lands another headshot. He was ready for it. Again, he just keeps going through that smoke, and it keeps working for him. This is very, very cool. If you got one player that's just having the game of his life, is that gonna put you over the edge here? I mean, it could.
Oh yeah, it could tilt you off the face of the planet, knowing that the team's winning, but you're losing to one player. It's like, whenever you're playing Face It, it's always the worst feeling in the world. It's just one guy is clutching every single round and winning these 1v3s. And you feel like you're playing the better Counter-Strike, and then you just can't kill this one dude. And that seems to be exactly what's happening here. Okay, I'll be taken down, though. Finds himself no man's land for those B lanes, and the bomb's behind double doors. So, although we have Osamas, the guy who's been killing everyone in towards Donut, can he find the next kill? It looks like he's in a prime position to do so. Okay, Lucky's got his number.
Yeah, Lucky's been very swift with the action as well. So suddenly it's Denislaw to try and stop Sashi from getting this series point, the match point that is 1 round away from them at the moment. Making a bit of noise. The Molotov will definitely give it away. So the element of surprise is kind of gone, but he's hoping to get the bomb planted and try and see if he can fight from there on out. He's going to fake it once. Oh, the spray's good, actually. Both players trying to get that working, but Denislaw coming up way ahead. 2 players left. The swing, he goes wide, and that's probably what gets him killed every time. Yeah, unfortunate. Kind of close, but it will be Sashi at 12.
Yeah, got a bit fortunate with the spam. You think, okay, it's going to inspire him. Maybe he can do something with this, but it's very well played from Sashi. 2 players on off angles as they wait for the peak. He does peak, and then they win the round. That's going to be 4 opportunities to close this out now, Anders. The orb's coming out. It feels like it's a done deal, but we'll see. The AKs on the CT side should be enough to close this.
Oh, this is still a magnificent display from Osamas. Very, very cool to see. But at the end of the day, maybe one player can't change the outcome of this. That's a very, very funny little wall bang coming out there. But Sashi just need one more step in this direction, and they're going to be good to go. So let's see how this plays out. 12-8. GG How, it's a question of winning 4 in a row. Doesn't seem easy. Although I will say this, Sashi doesn't have that much money in the bank, so in theory, you win this next one, you might get a little bit closer, almost for free.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an uphill battle, but it's one that's certainly possible. They've got a nice strong buy. We'll see whether they can keep the dream alive here. The first best of one of the tournament for GG House could be their last as well. Everything comes down to this.
Yes, it does. Here we go. They lean towards the B side at the moment. Oh, the grenade is devastating, and they're going to get the kill on Kirby as well. What a way to get started pushing to the B bomb side. You like half the team is dead before you even really step foot on the bomb side. I don't know how you can recover this one. 5 versus 3. But Mini is already very low on health. This is kind of devastating.
Looks like we might be done, Anders. You hate to see it. A missed shot, a chance, some damage inflicted, but smoked off. That was their chance to find a couple of kills. I don't think they're going to be coming through now. Desperately spamming.
Yeah, classic position to try and spam in. He's actually done some damage, but not enough to change the round yet. 50 seconds on the clock here. Starting to make their way back, and there's a potential very quick rotation that could be coming through the middle as well for the CT side. So things are not going to get any easier here. 40 seconds now we're down to. And I feel like they kind of know what's coming. Like, this is very, it's very telegraphed at the moment for the T side. Just down to 25 seconds. They're taking a sweet time getting up here. I don't know if that's going to make it any easier for them either. Is this going to be going down? And now it's Osama's and Mini. A 2 versus 5. Bomb plant, I don't even think it's going to happen. Osama's trying his best. He gets 26 kills at the end, but it won't change the fact that Sashi will end up winning this one.
Well, there we have it. The best of one concludes. It had its moments. We knew Sashi were the favorites coming into this one,
yes,
but they get the job done, as it were. And yeah, we will see them actually take quite a convincing lead in the end there. Shout out to GG How. They did their best, right? They stood up and they took the opportunity where they could. They were never expected to win this one. And they got Kiabi as the in-game leader. He tried his best. And we had some individual moments from Osama. So like he really stepped up and showed he could hang with the best of them. But unfortunately, didn't necessarily work out for him. So well done to the boys there. Like, it was a good game, but we got the result we expected.
Yes, we did. And I think Sashi as well, like you said, kind of started off the game playing with very little respect, just kind of wanted to find it out and you know, powered on through. So overall, I would say great job. It was fun, I think, individually to see Osama's playing as well. Like a player that we had no way of knowing really how he was going to play. But turned out that he was quite capable. So yeah, I like learning, you know, of new players that I don't necessarily know yet. So yeah, good job.
You like learning in general, Anders. That's your thing.
I try, you know, I spend a lot of time, you know, obviously on social media, Henry, you know, just find that's where I find all my information.
It's been a
you know,
great place to be recently, hasn't it? It's been wonderful in the player break, especially. Nothing too chaotic going on over there. But yeah, there it is. That's our first best of one concluded. The first team we say goodbye to. We do have FlyQuest versus Furia going on right now. It looks like Furia are kind of making quite light work of them in general. But here are some of the highlights as we see that pistol round from Iceberg. This is where things really started to go wrong. The 1 versus 3 in the pistol, had they have won that, could have been a different story, I suppose. But that was a difficult way to kick off best of one.
Yes, unfortunately, there's no other way to put it. I don't know, like this was, you see the beginning here. This is like, if it hadn't been this kind of a 5-1 start, it would have been a little bit more winnable for GG How, but the problem was having to claw back, like winning 6 rounds in a row at the end. It's just always very, very hard to get that done. Yeah, lucky he had some of these deagle shots that were really fun to watch. Overall, just a nice, even effort coming out from Sashi. I don't think anyone was necessarily playing miles ahead of everybody else, so good teamwork.
Good teamwork, good game. A little bit rough to see it come down to a best of one. But yeah, that's the way you go sometimes. It was not GG How's day. Pistol round, maybe it could have been a different story. That's the way it goes sometimes.
Yes.
That's the beast of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, that's why those best of ones are a bit rough. You're right. It does kind of come down to that. So, still, yeah, quite an interesting game. But they don't have a chance any longer, unfortunately. So yeah, it's hard down here at the Resurrection stage. No one's getting away with anything for free. Next game, obviously, going to be you know, I think it's gonna be really exciting. I think a lot of people are hoping that Mongols are gonna make their way through. Gonna keep playing. So we'll see if they can against MIBR. That is the next game coming up. But I think in the meantime, we'll try and see if we can get one of the players for an interview. But you know, if they don't run off, that is, you never know.
Yeah,
they are Counter-Strike players.
Sure. Okay. We are going to get an interview.
All right.
So hopefully he'll be here. I think we've got Lucky who's going to be joining us after their win. They'll be looking to try and get to the playoffs themselves. I think they fancy it. Like if you look at the overall bracket, it looks like they've got a chance. But we'll have a look at the predictions that came through, of course. See if you guys were correct. This is the STC played or GG predictions. And I believe we have the results. So I guess you'll maybe vote for the next game coming in. So maybe that's what's going to be happening as we do see MIBR versus the Mongols.
Don't forget that. Here we are, Henry. 70-30.
Oh, yeah, there it
is.
Right. The audience have been pretty correct so far.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they seem to be spot on. So well done, guys. 70% to Sashi and GG How. That's about right. That's about what the result kind of indicated as well. So everyone's a winner in a way. We won the predictions. Sashi won the game. GG How won our hearts.
Nice. I like that. Ooh. Sounds like maybe we have somebody with us. With a bit of luck. I think it's Lucky on the other side when we get to it.
Lucky. Okay. We can hear the headset rustling here. Yo, bro, how's it going? Good. How was your player break? Did you enjoy the time off?
Am I? Is it?
Yeah.
Er I gang? Is it am I going now or I'm waiting?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Yeah, what's
yeah,
up?
Sorry.
Hey, man, sorry about that. Yeah, we decided to say, how was your player break? Did you enjoy the time off?
Yeah,
what did you guys get up to?
Yeah, I did. I think we all had some time off and went straight back into the grind with a boot camp. So I think a much needed break, but it's good to be back.
Where did you guys boot camp? I guess you're all Danish. Were you doing it like Copenhagen or something?
Yeah, it's a town an hour away from Copenhagen called Slagelse in our facilities.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've seen you guys. I haven't commentated many of your games this year, but I can see you are grinding a lot of tournaments. Can you tell me a little about the journey this year? Are you satisfied the way the team is kind of developing in 2024?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of hard for us not to be satisfied right now. We came in from another org, Espionage, that closed down to Sashi, and then we met Hunten, our coach now. And after that, I think we've just developed a lot, and it has taken a lot of pace ever since. So right now, I think we are pretty satisfied with how it's going.
Yeah, I mean, you played against Mouse yesterday, right? And you managed to give them a really decent game. They're considered like a top 5 team in the world right now. You took a map off them. Do you think you had enough to maybe get the win in the series? Like, what necessarily didn't work out for you?
Yeah, I think it could have been closer, especially on Ancient, than what the score said. I think we had a pretty good game plan and had some good ideas, but we just kind of fucked some small things up in the rounds we lost, and then we got reset, and then it was kind of hard to come back. So we lost a couple of key rounds that we shouldn't, I think.
Yeah, fair enough. It's exciting to see you win a map all the same, bro. And today, you're in towards this last chance bracket as well. Best of ones, a little bit nerve-wracking. In terms of preparation, I'm not really sure what you could have done against GG Howride. There's not that much tape about them. I guess it was one of those cases of just playing your own game. You seemed like you were quite relaxed to begin with, but it got a little bit closer. But yeah, talk me through some of the preparation today.
Yeah, as you said, it was pretty hard to come up with some preparation for them. They haven't played that much, and they have switched some players, so we kind of just scrolled through how they used to play with the other team, but we didn't put that much effort into it. We felt like if we played our own game, we should be able to beat them. So that was kind of our game plan from the start. And then they started hitting some good shots, and we had the CT economy, so it was getting a little bit too close at last.
Your next opponent's going to be Furia by the looks of things. Last question, how do you feel about that one? Do you feel like you can take those guys down?
I mean, yeah, of course we can. I always liked Furia and how they're playing. It can be hard to stop them if they're hitting their shots, but I think we can handle them.
Good stuff. Well played today, Lucky, and hopefully speak to you as the tournament goes on. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Cheers, mate. All right, that was Lucky. Great guy. Well played today as well. And we're back with Anders. What do you think about that, Boo?
Nice. Good to hear some confidence. You know, always, I think a little bit more boring when players start to say, "Oh, we don't really know," and anything can happen. Like, he seems like they could have maybe even taken out Mouse, which would have been one hell of a headline. So, yeah, I like it. Good to hear from Lucky. Happy that he's feeling confident.
Well, that was the first game of the day. Anders and I are going to bring you one more at the very least. So we have got the Mongols versus MIBR, the game of the day on the B stream. That's what they're telling us. So we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with the pre-game of that particular one very shortly. We'll see you there.
I don't wanna be alone tonight in this darkness. Yeah. They keep on selling us dreams to get this higher. It's in the energy all around us. Man, it's divine. The sun went down, I made my home. I rested my head on a stone. I see the stairway in front of me. Who is this being in my dream? I was tripping, uneducated, buzzing, riding the wave, spaced out. I left the room, came back again. It's almost noon. A sea of people, their hearts beat. They saw the sounds, witness the crease. They're impatient, couldn't take the weight. And after 40 days, they met their graves. From when a new generation rises, the truth in their hearts reside. From the east to the western lights, they'll rise up and claim their right. It's in the stars, my friend. Look up again. No time to pretend. Until we're dead, we fly when we can. Get down with the plan. Adrenaline. There's a million shining stars. I don't wanna be alone tonight in this darkness. Yeah. They keep on selling us dreams to get this higher. It's in the energy all around us. Man, it's divine. There's a million shining stars. I don't wanna be alone tonight in this darkness. There's a million shining stars, but it's divine. They keep on selling us dreams, dreams. It's in the energy all around us, all around us, all around us.
You ever wondered how a Hollywood movie is shot? On a Sony. You review it on a Sony. And how do you make that sound epic? You record it on a Sony. Lunch break on a Sony. So why wouldn't you watch it on a Bravia by Sony?
We had a really good player break, and it's mentally we're so relaxed and refreshed, I think, and we're excited to play in our first tournament. I say it every time that every team's goal is to win this tournament, to be a champion, and or is same as everyone, but we will do our best. After Senzo joined our team has improved a lot. He's a young prodigy in Mongolia. So he's a very good rifler and a good upper. Sometimes he can adapt to every role, I think. In our recent tournament at ESL Jönköping, we lost opportunity to reach the top 10, but we have more to do from now on. I think we will reach the top 10 in the future, I think so. Comparing to last 3 years, there is a lot of Asian teams made it to the A-tier, A-tier tournaments, and after we made to at the legend stage at the major. After the Asia has 3 slots in major, there is a lot of the other Asian teams has come up to in the Asia scene. I think it's a good improvement and good upgrade in our region. Yeah, I think so. I think we have been already in a best Asian team right now. Also, in my opinion, I think so the best of all time also. But we need to keep competing at the tier 1 events and at this level.
So my general feeling for after the player break, we went to Portugal to have a boot camp. I think we stayed there for like 5 days. And at the beginning we felt a little bit rough, but I think we managed to keep at the pace, and the last couple of days was pretty good. So we're feeling confident, and of course all the top teams are going to be here, and we're looking forward to do some damage for sure. So having Nick as our coach, having him in our daily practice day is really good, because he was a professional player before. He has a lot of experience since the 1.6 era, and Bit is still like with us in our daily in the daily basis. So it's a mix of him and Neck trying to bring stuff to us and having that experience to us. So I don't think much have changed with Neck and Bit. I think mostly our game style, but our day by day, you know, how the practice goes, it's almost the same. So it's nice to have one more like experienced voice in the coaching staff. About our region, I think it's really similar. Like the level of play is really similar between the top teams. I think I have 4 or 5 teams that are really on the same level. And I think the main point for our region is that we try to be the best in our region, and when you get we are at the best spot, you just try not to lose it, and that kind of sets us apart from the rest of the world, because we need to get more. You know, we need to be the top team in the planet, not just in our region. And I think for our region, not only us, but I think a lot of teams had that same mentality, and I think it's bad for our region because it just it kind of just stay at that level, and the people don't grow up higher. You know, so having to change that mentality, I think, is the best for the region. I think this tournament, of course, because we're playing against the best teams in the planet, so it's gonna be good for us, and to take the step further, you know, to play against the best teams and try to learn from it. It's always good.
Roll up, it's the Esports World Cup. We are back with the B stream. My name is Henry G, and I'm joined by Anders Bloom once again. We have another great game to bring you here, another best of one in this kind of brutal lower bracket segment of the tournament. Anders, how have you been enjoying it so far?
It's been great. You know, yesterday we had a bunch of really close games. Today, obviously, it was a little bit more one-sided. I would say Sashi definitely the better team, but we got to see Osamas rock up on the server and drop, I think, 26 kills in you know, in one map of Ancient. That's pretty sick. So I'm doing pretty well, Henry. I'm excited to be back with Tier 1 Counter-Strike. So let's see if we can have another good match coming up. I hope so.
Yeah, the player break is officially over. We had 30 days without Counter-Strike, and now the actions are be coming to you thick and fast. You might be sick of it by the end of the year, to be quite honest with you, because we just got back-to-back tournaments rolling through as the weeks go by coming up. But it's great to kick things off. A different sort of tournament here. It's, of course, the World Cup, so we have a different format. It opened up with the opening round, which was a best of 3. It got you straight in towards the playoffs if you want it, and if you lost that single game, you come down into this resurrection bracket of the tournament. We normally call it last chance qualifier, and if you lose one single best of 1, you are out. We've said goodbye to a couple of teams so far. That's going to be FlyQuest and indeed GG How, and now we need to say goodbye to someone else. It's always a sad thing to do, Anders. I feel bad the most for GG How, who literally got to play one best of 1 in Ancient.
I know.
And that was the end of them. They traveled that way. But coming up, we'll have a look at who will be playing next. Let's check it out.
Yeah. I think this is going to be an interesting game. The Mongols versus MIBR. Mongols have kind of, I don't know, kept the community very preoccupied. They seem to be sort of the community favorite at the moment. But I think this is going to be an interesting, especially because it's best of 1. I think this is going to be a real bloodbath.
It should be, yeah. To be fair, I was a little bit worried that the fact that they lost to G2 yesterday. Obviously, G2 house some of the best players in the world, but they've just brought in Malbs and Snacks as the in-game leader, and he felt like that was a great opportunity in a best of 3 to take them down. Like, you would kind of almost anticipated the way they've been playing this year. So I'm not saying like it's a crazy upset result. Like, I guess on paper, G2 probably would be the favorites. Like, they're considered a better team. But
Sure.
just for those variables alone with snacks and mouths coming in, that kind of unknown quantity. But that's neither here nor there. We've got to move on, Anders. We're going to have a look at the lineup for the Mongols. I'm sure we're getting more and more familiar with them as the kind of weeks roll by. They've actually had some great success recently. We've got Blitz, Techno 4K, 910, Mzinho, the Boy Wonder, and Senzu. So, Anders, which one of these players really excites you the most?
It's gotta be MC. He's like just the his smile and the way that he just rocks up on the server, saving Asian Counter-Strike, I believe they say. So it's really sick. Like, yeah, he's the man at the moment, isn't he?
Kind of the only relevant team we've had from Asia in the last 4 years, maybe. Like, we used to have Tyloo turn up at DreamHack Masters and occasional majors, but these guys managed to get to the legend stage at Copenhagen Major, right, and actually give Asia another slot. So yeah, they're kind of carrying the whole scene on their back right now.
Yeah, they truly are. It's remarkable. It really is. And obviously from Mongolia, for some reason, they've just managed to churn out a lot of talent. There are just countries like that. You don't expect it maybe, but suddenly they just put themselves on the map. So I'm excited for it. I think this is going to be still a good lineup. I expect they're going to be winning this one, but again, best of ones are notoriously hard to predict. So I'm not going to say anywhere near 100%, but MIBR, they're going to be playing on the other side, Henry, and like I said, I don't think this is a walkover lineup either.
Exit, Insani, BR and Arenazan. We're going to call him Breno today. Safe
Breno.
And Drop. Yeah, this is a team that's actually seem to be staying together for some time now. The lineup doesn't seem to change that much. We've been waiting for them to really kind of find some glory with the MIBR tag. It's kind of fallen out of grace in the last couple of years. Like, when they had, like, Tarek and Stewie playing for them with Fallen and Fur and everyone, and kind of you were still hyped about the lineup. They still felt super relevant. I don't really say these guys aren't. It's just like not as exciting as what it once was. They're just inside, or just outside the top 20, I should say. They're ranked number 21 in the world. Yesterday they lost to Spirit, which, to be honest, would be expected.
Fair enough.
They did get owned though. They lost 13-4 and 13-3. So yeah, Spirit are the number 1 team in the world right now, but they did get spanked somewhat. It looks like Magix went to town on them, Donk as well, of course. Their top performer was Drop, Insani, who, in my opinion, is their best player. He managed to get 23 kills. But yeah, like, against Spirit, I guess like they were never destined to win that one, but they did get absolutely rocked there. They did play Vertigo as well yesterday, just to note that. And then we had the Mongols, like we said, playing against G2. They've actually been losing quite a few games recently, the Mongols. It looks like they've lost to Rare Atom, Cat Evil. Who's Cat Evil? I haven't heard of any of those players. They're all from China, and they lost to them. They're ranked 120th in the world, and they lost to them as well. So it looks like they're on a bit of a losing streak right now, Anders. Not looking too good for the Mongols.
Okay.
Might have been a little bit complacent in the player break. I'm not sure.
That's kind of interesting. Yeah, you're right. They have actually been going on a bit of a losing streak. Maybe some internal restructuring, something like that. Regardless, now's the time to step it up, right? You're in the lower bracket. You can't really afford to mess around any longer. So yeah, it's on now for this best of one to see if they can actually power on through.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, this is a bit concerning. You're right.
So we've had the last chance games already today. We had Sashi versus GG House. Sashi won 13-8, and then we had Furia take down FlyQuest 13-5. That is a shame for FlyQuest, considering how good they looked against FaZe. Like, got them really on the ropes there. So in the upper bracket of the last chance stage, we've got Sashi versus Furia. We're looking right now at Mongols versus MIBR. The other game will be happening at the same time. Will be M80 versus Complexity. Bit of a North American derby going on there, Anders. But for now, we can take a look at the veto between the Mongols and MIBR now. Let's check it out. It's best of one. Veto honestly doesn't really excite you that much. Like, it's going to be MIBR getting rid of the Mongols' most exciting map. They're normally very good on Mirage. Vertigo normally removed in these sort of situations as well. And looks like we might be going for Ancient or Inferno. It's going to be Inferno to close things out here. It normally is the third map of the series. I don't think we've seen it yet on this stream, at least. So a nice change of pace. I'm not going to push you for any sort of insight on this map, but I guess it does allow you to play kind of quintessential Counter-Strike. It's a classic map.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say this, though. That's 100% win rate for MIBR at the moment with 6 maps played, right? So it's at least a map that they feel really, really confident on. It's a pretty good map as well, with a few more maps played for the Mongols. So, yeah, probably just a good playground for everyone to mess around with. We've already gone through over the essential details of winning the pistol rounds and not throwing away any, like, you know, like rounds where the other team is ecoing. You can't have any upset rounds like that. You really have to just power on through. But I actually think Inferno might be a good map for an upset for MIBR, to be honest.
I think so too. Like I commentated a lot of the Mongols over when we were in Abu Dhabi, and I don't recall them playing Inferno a ton at least. So yeah, MIBR, I know that's a bit of a staple map for them. So this could be a little bit of an upset, I have to say.
Yeah.
But there we go. That's going to be the playing field. We are going to have Mongols versus MIBR in the Resurrection bracket coming up very shortly indeed. Anders, it's that time of the show where I do need to ask you for your definitive prediction. We know how important it is because we are going to ask the crowd as well with the STC played or GG predictions. So, Anders, who have you got? And while we let the audience vote as well.
Oh, that map pick did actually make me a little bit worried, but in spite of the losing streak and in spite of everything else, I have to side with the Mongols still, but I feel considerably more, you know, doubtful about it. But yeah, it's the Mongols for me.
That's just to reiterate one more time. You can vote yourself here at stcplay.gg. We show the results after, and we'll see. You've actually had a pretty good streak so far. I think the crowd have been 100% correct on the B stream thus far. So I'm excited. We'll see whether they can keep it up, Anders. I'll go with MIBR. Just because it's Inferno,
nice.
And just because to kind of keep it interesting between the two of us. We've been pretty much on the fence this entire tournament. It's best of one. Time to put your money where your mouth is. So, yeah, I'm going to go with MIBR and hope my boy Insani can step up. I'm a big fan of his. I think he's a very exciting player. And bear in mind, yeah, before we went into the vetoes there, it's MAT versus Complexity playing on the other side of the bracket. So the winner of this will go on to play one of those two. Likely to be Complexity. But I guess with it being a North American derby of sorts, maybe there's a chance that it is MAT with their new boy Lake. What did you make of that?
It was, I think, unfortunately, it's an impossible game to judge based on the fact that he was playing like a wild and out of control Sairu. Like, I feel like that's such a, I don't want to make any real judgments about that. Like, obviously, I guess he could have proven himself to be like an absolute psycho and just come out, you know, defeating Sairu, but that's such a ridiculous bar to set if that's what we're going to measure success by. So in a way, I'm like
one of the best players of all time, actually.
I know, like, why would you expect that? So in a way, I'm going to reserve judgment a little bit more. I don't think I have a really good read on at the moment. But yeah, I you know, he, like, it's at least it's sort of trial by fire for him, isn't it? You know, he just has to be thrown in there and see what he could do on the stage. Henry, they are setting up they're getting ready slowly but surely here. Yeah, I think this could be quite an interesting game. This should be, if nothing else, more even than the game that we just watched between Sashi and GG Howell.
I think so. I don't think there's a clear winner going into this one. Just for the fact that we've seen the Mongols, I'm not sure what's going on with them right now, but their results definitely are a little bit alarming. Like we said, losing to G2 yesterday in pretty convincing fashion, losing to teams from China that I've never heard of on HLTV. So not the best time for them. They were playing some very good Counter-Strike at Yala Compass. They took down NIP in the final. Take from that what you will, I suppose. But they played well the whole tournament. They looked very good. But it looks like, Anders, we're actually ready to go. Let's get into it, shall we?
Yeah, no more delays. I love it. Mongols going to be starting on the T side. It'll be MIBR on the CT side. And ready with a grenade here is Breno. He's just waiting for the cue. Maybe they get a bit closer. Kind of hard to know where to throw it at this point, but yeah, there's a little bit of a boost over. He's down to 1 health. The grenade does nothing, but that's a nice start.
99 damage with a clean gush. You don't see that too often. But Breno thanking his lucky stars. And that's going to be at least control of the top of Banana relinquished by the Brazilians here. So it's going to be down to Safe to fend them off. He has a little bit of backup towards the quad side as well. Insani will be tucked away. And here we go. A nice setup to deal with this, Anders. Should be enough. You can see taking all the aggro. It's allowing Insani to step up, but the Mongols mowing them down with those Glocks. They're so OP right now. Feels like the best weapon in the game in the pistol rounds. And we will see them get their third headshot. Bear in mind, Breno's down to 1 HP, so almost nothing they can do here. Bomb planted 5-on-2, or a 5-on-1, really.
Yeah, this is a completely blown open round. Wow. Pretty straightforward stuff. They're going to get to steal some USPs and a little bit more, but ultimately just a smooth ride for the Mongols at the start of it here. And, you know, another context, maybe we'd say, oh, you know, it's just a pistol round. But again, it's MR12, and we're at the last chance here. So every single round is going to count here. Breno is hiding away with his dualies. Not going to be for very long. It is a flawless round coming out here for the Mongols. So they'll steal everything away. And we'll see if they can do any damage in return here. MIBR, I'm already seeing MP9s coming out. We're on Inferno. You know you're going to have close-range fights. I don't necessarily hate it.
No, me too. Like you said, it's MR12. You've got to take some risks here. Present the unexpected, I suppose. MP9s, pound for pound, very, very powerful in the meta right now. Not many SMGs get a look in. We had like people flirting with UMPs and MP7s, but in my book, the MP9 is still the king and always will be. As we see 5.7s being presented as well. We have got an interesting little boost here. This used to be called the G2 boost. And, well, hasn't really worked out. So that gives it the fact they force ball. And now they've got themselves a bit of hot water. Bear in mind, when you force buy in the second round, sure, you get MP9s, but you get no helmets, more importantly. Against the MAC 10s as well, it's a very difficult fight.
You're right. And just the element of surprise of having the force buy. I mean, sure, Mongols are they're gonna consider it as a thing, but just knowing for sure, yes, we are up against those, it will make you play the game a little bit differently. So Mongols, they're waiting around. They've really slowed it down. They might even be expecting that MIBR are going to go a little bit of aggressive, and that's not the route that they're choosing. They're choosing instead, Henry, to massively stack the B bomb site. So that's the other risk you can take. I guess you can either push aggressively somewhere, or you can stack a bomb site. And they've gone for the latter of the two, so let's see how this plays out. Smoke's going up here. The bomb is still in the middle. They've not committed to anything here. This is just a little bit of posturing over on this side, but through the smoke on the other side, they actually do get a kill onto Senzu. So now it's a bit more interesting here. 4 versus 5, and they're walking into the stack. This could be dreadful for the Mongols.
Blitz, though, goes down. It could be problematic. You're right. We are going to see the smoke go down, and there's still a stack here at the back of the bomb site. I feel like the Brazilians have done enough. It's forced by was maybe a little bit questionable at the start, but they're making it work. Exit, the last one to be flushed out here. He needs to get at least one crisp kill. His teammate towards the coffins trying to take the aggro, and he's done more than that. We've got 14 seconds remaining here. Low HP on 9-10 as well. It's down to the 2 versus 1. Going to find that kill, no problem. The clock will be against him, but so will the MAC 10. A really great effort there from MIBR. It's going to be the round for the Mongols. They fend off the force by a very narrow margin. But does it tempt them to force buy again on the CT side, Anders? You could, because you got some extra money there by getting some kills with the MP9s. But at the same time, you're really opening a dangerous door at that point, because your economy might not recover. You might not recover. If you lose that round, then have to eco, you're opening up to a 4-0 deficit without even drawing an M4. Yeah,
that is very, very risky. I well played. I think Emsino actually also was catching the fact. I think Insani was pushing in behind them. So he caught that coming down from the middle of the map before they really went to find the last player onto the bomb site here. All right, a Deagle in play, 5-7 as well. Some team damage coming into it, but otherwise, this should be a very winnable round for the T side. Smoke's a new classic. Up on the boost just to make things extra difficult. It's flashing their way through, and I think this is almost 100% going to be a bomb plant. It's a little bit delayed, but they're not in a hurry here on the T side. Like, why would they rush in to try and throw it down? And again, you're just checking the boost. You're trying to make sure that there's nothing weird or wacky going on. And with the bomb planted, that's the round pretty much won. Yeah, you don't really want to go hunting here. You can hear the USPs firing off. I guess the MAC 10s could look to farm some money, but you don't really want to overstep the mark here and give away an AK-47 or anything silly like that. Here comes Techno. Just what you want to see. $600 in the bag. USP struggling somewhat from Breno, and there we have it. It's going to be a very clean round from the Mongols. Just what they needed. They've got a bit of a bonus situation coming up next as well, Anders. They're going to have MAC 10s, an AWP as well, with all 5 players surviving. They're going to have a ton of money coming forward, $3,500 per player for winning by virtue of plants and explosion. Maybe a kill here. Oh, that's a shame. We do lose a MAC 10 in the end, but it does give them an extra AK going forward, I suppose. Yeah. Oh, he's gone from... Okay, no, he did go. He got thrown the MAC 10 and his teammate bought Blitz. We'll get the AK. Interesting. AWP on 9-10 and one on Safe as well. I think Safe is a really fun orbital to watch. I kind of like his his game in general. So it's opening on Inferno, though. You never really know what you're going to get, but they're both on both sides. They're going to take the opportunity to try and do it. Round number 4, and this is an absolutely critical one for MIBR. This will probably dictate how this first half goes for them. If they lose here, then yeah, down into purgatory they go. And Sani does trade the kill here. Breno, so that's good news. But the MAC-10 just swinging against him. And they know there's a third player on the bomb side from that HE, so they have a lot of information to work with. AWP at top mid, so they might be able to put everything together. They should know everything. Drop is going to get killed, and my god, this is working out.
MZino's so good, man. So deadly. You give him an inch, he'll take a mile, and that's going to be the round. He saw the gap. The AWP spots a player down towards the bottom of middle. They drop a smoke, and he knows the fact that that smoke's blooming. He's inside it. He will be able to thread the needle somewhat. That's exactly what he did. They were not ready for him whatsoever. And we've got a 4 versus 1 and 4-0 on the overall score. Best of 1 here. T-side start has been off to an absolute flyer for the Mongols. Exit cowering at the back of the coffins. Probably be put in there momentarily as MZino's still on the hunt. He's in CT spawn. Looking to find the last player of MIBR here. This has been the nightmare start for the Brazilians. They really don't get anything done in this first gun round. And like I said, it's pretty much the worst start they can hope for. It looks like MZino might have spotted him.
I think so.
Apparently not.
Oh yeah, they're still shooting elsewhere.
Yeah, so I don't think he quite caught him. He's going to get this kill. And then take him down presumably. So, well, keeps him modest at least. Wasn't the cleanest of rounds.
Yeah, and gets to save the M4, which again, yeah, anything they can get here on the CT side. 4-0 in favor of the Mongols, and a timeout being called. I mean, I can appreciate that. It's kind of early on for the timeout, but if you're MIBR, you have to get the troops under control. Started the fall behind a little bit earlier than you would normally like here. MZino, yeah, you said it, just a beast once he gets going. And he did pretty much right away.
Oh, he absolutely did. He took them way downtown there. That was a little bit rough. The AWP missing out a crucial shot enabled him to sneak up middle. And it all fell apart. Business as usual for the Mongols here. Certainly the favorites coming into today's proceedings. Never mind, the winner of this will go on to play either Complexity or M80. I'll just check with their game as well. We might as well keep a tab on it. It is going to be important going forward. M80 have won the pistol landers. They're playing a bit of Anubis. M80 have kicked things off, and Lake got 3 kills in the pistol. So there you go.
Damn, okay. Nicely done. Keep up that energy. It's going to be Senzu going down at the start here in this one. Exit in charge of that early kill. So not at all bad. That does happen a lot when you're the entry onto Banana. Sometimes you just either get grenaded or you get killed like that. But they don't have that much to work with on the CT side. If they can snag away this round, what an absolute luxury that would be for building their return into this game.
Yeah, that's all down to that saved M4 from Exit in the previous round. They end up winning this off the back of that. This goes to show you that that's why people save those weapons and try and hold on to the rifles. Even one is enough to save the round. Exit gets himself 2 kills in total, but that's the rifle now taken care of. Breno trying his best to hold on to the B bomb site, dissuade them from making their way in. The Molotov will land in his front door, though, holding for his chance to strike. They know he's low, he can't hold on, and that was looking so good for 1 second, but overall it's a 3 versus 3 advantage given back now to the Mongols. Bomb planted. Utility deployed, and with the smokes going down unders, it's not looking good once again. 5-0 locked in, even after 2 opening kills from Exit.
Yeah, unfortunately, that bomb plant again is terrible news. We don't have the kit picked up on anybody. Nice shot here from 9-10. Not been the best start for him, but doesn't matter when your team is winning this much. They are about to be 5-0 as MIBR just can't do much other than look for the exits. And even that is kind of faltering a little bit here. Drop the last one left. He'll take down Blitz, but no scope at the end by 9-10. And the Mongols 5-0. In spite of a good start here. I mean, they could have built something on top of this MIBR, but they just weren't able to.
Yeah, good start, but doesn't really have a massive knock-on effect here. It's just going to be a lot of rounds now going in favor of the Mongols. MIBR starting to spiral out of the tournament. Still early days. It's a CT side. The camera cover. The team just win one of the rounds. They have kept it relatively close in terms of the firepower in terms of how many players remain for Mongols at the end of these rounds. Their money's not going to be completely out of control, but they've certainly got to buy and reserve as we get back into round number 6 here. It's 5-0s for the Mongolians, and we're going to have Rifles and the NWP for safe once again. Barely anyone's fragged, like Insani, normally one of the staple acts of MIBR. 0-4, safe 1 and 5, as Breno, one of the bigger names of the squad, will be making his way down Banana, but not before his teammate is dropped in towards Boiler.
Okay then. Another questionable start here for the Brazilian squad. Insani sneaking up, but Blitz just waiting on the other side. That is a great headshot to begin with. 5 versus 3 again. And what do they do? They're walking straight into B. There's nobody there, Henry. The bomb is even close by. They're going to know.
Blitz is calling an absolute blinder right now. Like, he's made these calls. We've got full mid control and 2 kills this side of the map. It's likely they've gone for the gamble stack here. And you can see that Techno 4Ks is clearing out CT Spawn completely. So they are going to let him cook. They're actually going to allow him to make his way in towards CT Spawn. He's leaving the bomb outside B as well. They're not sure if it's completely clear. They want to guarantee that no one's there whatsoever. So here come the rotations as well. They're coming through Arch. Oh, wow. And they're really toying with them. That is so sick. What a round this was for Mongols. Like, so composed. They didn't want to give anything away. So much discipline being presented there, Anders. So even though they had to play a deep and spawn, they didn't have 100% information that B was clear. So they dropped the bomb outside, allow a player just to walk in, and just made sure there was 0 chance of them losing that one. So very technical and impressive round. Some lovely shots en route as well.
Yeah, you're rotating in there from the A bomb side, and you're not expecting for Techno to be up that far. You could just see they're running in. No one's checking anything. Sick double up and 6-0. You know, or at least I advertised a little bit that this could be a more close affair, but so far the Mongols have looked like their old selves again. I say it just as the push down middle is wrecking them. It's a scout and it's the MP9s here just making quick work of it. A jump around the corner to take down 9-10. And Mcino, the last alive. 1 versus 3. This could be 1. Like, it's a winnable round for him, but what a huge amount of success for MIBR so far.
Yeah, the scout tag at the start kind of ruffled some feathers. And then the MP9's rushing down. It was a partial buy as well, so they desperately needed this one. It's not the most beautiful way to get into the game, but they'll certainly take it. Mzinho, though, one of the hardest hitting players in CS2 right now. Luckily, he is shut down before he really gets going, and it will be the first round on the board from IBR. Bit of a hollow victory. Didn't expect to be posting their first round so late in the proceedings here, the best of 1. But they've got it done here. Like we said, the money won't be like out of control any longer. As soon as at least one more buy available to them. Now here's the MP9s getting it done. Pushing down with that low HP of 910. He got tagged by the scout at the start here. So, yeah, as you can see, they've got one more strong buy in them, and that's going to take them down to about $2,000 on average. Maybe a bit more with 910s, 4,500. This is a round that MIBR really have to win now. Yeah. Because they are pretty much fully invested. First kill come in, it's a double kill. That's B open, and maybe the round already done. Once they smoke spawn, you can't really consider taking this one.
Yeah, you could see Mongols just, they really are checking everything. You get the double kill on Banana. The one big mistake you can make is assuming that B is empty and you just run in there and there's a third player. So they're absolutely doubling and tripling down on the security to make sure that there's not a single player left for MIBR on the site. There isn't, and the bomb's going to be down. Like you said, that's the round over. Just, what a quick round. You rush top of Banana and the round's won in 1 engagement.
Yeah, as long as you've got decent protocols, you've got that MAC 10 at the front there. It seems like MIBR aren't putting up much of a blockade in terms of denying that rush at the start. They don't really take any damage on root Anders. Now look at the HP. That suggests that the utility isn't looking too strong if they can just rush up and take 0 damage at the start.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see this kind of result here. But great job on the Mongol side. Like we said, they're coming off of a bit of a losing streak, even losing some teams that we've maybe never even heard of. So there was, I think, really good reason to be a bit unsure about what we're going to see here. But so far, it's been very, very impressive. Seven to 1. They just don't look to stop here. Replay from the previous round, and just the trade is so efficient. Good flashbangs, absolutely everything working out.
Okay, let's see if there's anything else to be said. That's there. You can see they didn't want that to happen again, Anders. They went for the triple nade this time. They thought it might be the back-to-back call. of the B rush. They send like 3 HEs over the start. Unfortunately, they do some damage, but it's not going to be the rush. It's going to be Blitz, though, making his way through that smoke. Finding Breno to kick things off. He goes down to 2-9 right now. This has been a really rough start. They can still post a 7-5 scoreline. Like, I know it looks bad, but like, you always think this in CS2. You feel like there's no way they get back into this, and then somehow, some way, it all works out in the end. Safe, nice position there with the AWP. Should be able to get a second, but Mzinho, oh my god, he's just a beast. He is so good. The flashbang from 910 as well was absolutely spot on. Did you see how blind drop was there towards Cold Zera? So that's going to be a little bit rough. And now they're into the 3 versus 2. Exit will give his position up. It's a nice grenade, but it just tells you everyone, yeah, but I'm over towards Library as they take down Insani at the same time. That is not great. They got that nice kill towards Safe. They weren't expecting Mzinho to just come running through and finding that double kill.
Yeah, look at him, 12-3. He's having himself a fantastic game. 910. If he's careful here, he might be able to snipe away. Exit on the other side. Who's set up here? Going to be a swing on the AK. Yeah, they're going to try and see if they can really take him down. He does get a good headshot, but again, this is a very small thing that you're winning. You're trying to keep a hold of that M4, and even that's looking very questionable at the moment. He's being pushed from either side. They're trying to find him inside of the smoke, and they will. Senzu able to take him down. Nothing is saved. No hostages taken here, Henry. It'll be another round for the Mongols.
Certainly will. This one is starting to get a little bit worrying. I saw the money just before we came in. It looked like they were okay for cash with the loss bonus accumulating. That was a moment you think that's going to be enough, but running through the flames with Mzinho, the danger man, as he gets that nice double. 9-10, that's a disgusting angle to find Insani as well. And yeah, like I said, the money's actually not too bad. They did save weapons in the previous rounds. So we go 8-1. They can feel this tournament slipping out of their grasp at this stage. Need to find a solution very quickly. 8-4 is as good as it can get. I guess 9-3 would be serviceable, but we'll see what they can make of it now. They kind of have to win this round. But that man in your screen right there, Mzinho, is completely dominating them.
Yeah, you're right. Like 9-3, and you win the pistol in the second half. It's an open conversation again. Like, we'll give them the benefit of the doubt, but obviously, at this point, this is starting to look really, really grim. We've yet to see MIBR really get into the swing of things here. It's Senzu in the middle. He'll take down Insani. There is an AWP on the other side for Safe.
Oof. Insani's trying to force the issue now. That's the only round they've picked up, and is the MP9 rush down middle. So when that's the only round that's going in your favor, I guess give it a go again with the M4. Insani there gets absolutely rocked by Senzu. And we have got to see another 5-on-4. They need to react. They need to like flash over B here and get some control. You can see Safe's trying to make something happen here. They can't just rest on their laurels. So yeah, there we go. Flashbang over. They need to at least get something going in their favor.
Yeah, it's time to step up or shut up here if you're MIBR. This has not been what we were hoping or expecting. Certainly not what they were expecting either. Exit is playing well at the moment. He's got 12 kills, but everybody else has hardly even got into the game yet. He's really the only one that's putting up anything so far. They are making their way. They're going to pick up the bomb once again here. Spending their time, Mongols. Like, they're aggressive when they need to be, but they certainly are not afraid either of slowing down the game and just waiting to see if MIBR will try something tricky. They're going to all group up, and looks like there's going to be a flash coming through the middle as well. 9-10, I think, setting up for his team, and they're going to go for it. Smoking off Arch and Library. It's a classic execute coming towards the A-bomb side. Breno at the corner, just jiggling away. 19 seconds left. It's cutting it a bit close, but they have time still to plant the bomb here. Blitz, one good opening headshot. That's all they need, and he delivers it on a platter for them. Inside of the bomb site exit, he gets absolutely overwhelmed them, but still 6 seconds to go. They're going to go and get the bomb planted. That is cutting it close, but it's a round.
Yeah, you see with the crossfires and the players' position, you go, okay, these are going to be some good fights here. It looks like they actually going to have some, but they only get 1 kill in total. And now, save for the AWP, like, well, what's he hoping to do here? Like, he's now put himself in a horrible position. Like, I guess it's time to create the frag movie of saving a weapon. He's probably going to do it. But there it is. He'll go down in the end. Like, he might have been better off just playing at the back of B. I'm not sure what his plan was there.
Yeah, that does feel like desperation, doesn't it? You're like, oh, I'm going to show up and, yeah, like you said, do what exactly? Best case, it probably is what you said. Like, you create a great highlight for yourself, you know, that you can remember. It's like, oh, I remember that time when we got beat up, but I did, you know, have that one round where I saved the orb.
I saved the orb and got 3 kills. Like, yeah, you should be just a back a B holding onto the weapon and then fend them off as they come for you, I guess. What does it matter at this point? They're down 9-1. A chance here for Exit. He gets the dink, but it's not max damage. It's going to be another man advantage here. Mongols are just manhandling them right now, as we do see another aggressive attempt there. Techno 4K gets himself tucked in behind the half wall. Feels like this best of one is going to be over very quickly. Blitz trying to set up his teammate. In fact, this baits over a grenade. Oh, massive grenade in return. You can see Safe's got no Kevlar. So he just took a ton of damage there, as he'll be taken down to 15 points of health. And now, smoke down towards Arch. That's from bottom of the middle as well. Takes so much vision away. And Sani, he's only got 1 kill. It's going to be such a shame if this is how they go out the tournament. No one really turning up. No one showing us what they were capable of. Molotov didn't land towards quad at least, so there's some sort of doubt, I suppose. 1 player with the orb. Oh, he's missed that shot.
God, where did the bullet even go? I'm so confused. It looked like it was dead on him, but obviously wasn't. 9-10 is still going to be going down. Molotov does spread into the corner a little bit, but they're going to make their way around the corner with the bomb, and they should be able to get the bomb planted here. So there could have been a danger there if the bomb had got dropped in middle, but there's still action at B, and that's why they're rotating on over.
I think it's B, yeah. They've got no idea what's going on. They did a smoke towards Coffin and CT spawn, Anders. It has rotated everyone over. Now they've got no kits, an AWP on the retake with no Kevlar. They have picked up a smoke. And
no, but they've already given up.
Yeah,
already they said that's it. We got completely faked out. Oh, they're losing in multiple dimensions here. This is pretty rough, right? You're getting completely outgunned, and now you're also getting outstratted or outfaked, I suppose. Oh, it's really tough, isn't it?
It really is.
10-1.
Heartbreaking one.
Yeah, unexpected. But I guess again, good news for any Mongols fans out there who were tired of watching their team lose. That at least this is looking like a bit of a team comeback for them.
Certainly, that is something. I think it's just like Mongols are looking very good. Like they're hitting all of their shots. Like the general protocol seems to be working for them everywhere they go. They're not giving anything up. It seems like a very precise game. They're not taking any risks when they have advantages. They're making sure they use fakes and pulling their opponents around the map and shutting down their star players. Like you said, pretty much everyone has been removed. Like Safe is catching up in frags, but those are just exit kills he's getting, and he doesn't even hold on to the orb, so it doesn't really matter. Everyone else is just exit. Has had some moments. Double orb setup on the T side, Anders. I've never seen it before on Inferno. It's last round. Just might as well. I'm sure they've got an A game sport pre-order.
It's kind of a bold strategy, but you know, you're winning this much. It's tempting to do something brand new. Encino will take down Insani, but Safe getting the flex a little bit. All right, maybe there's something to play for here. Blitz and Encino left 2 versus 4, and there should be a very winnable round here coming out from MIBR. Again, it's probably a little bit too late to start picking up rounds, but at least get this one. At least make it a bit more respectable. Win the pistol in the second half. It's a long road back, but you know, it has to start somewhere. Grenade, Molotov, just in case you could catch someone there. It's going to be Safe going down. Mcino's still very healthy. You've got to be careful. He lands another headshot. Oh. Henry, what has happened?
Oh, not like this, boys. I was about to say, oh, they fumbled the last round. Might come back to haunt them, but of course, Mzino gets himself 3 kills. He is such a beast. And now the retake has to come in. Both players are towards quad. It's down to Exit and Breno. They can still win this. They've got a Molotov for the pit, which will come in and be deployed right now. Thing is, that just forces out a wide swing, and you've got Blitz to watch the cross as well. He just needs 1 here, which he will nail. And you feel like Mzino, he's going to make light work of it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been the most one-sided game we've seen all tournament long. It's 11-1 in the first half. This is the best of 1 in the brutal lower bracket qualifier. We'll be back after this break.
Imagine
that. When it's time to get bread, I don't panic, man. Keep cool and calm like that. I sit back for me paper, appear like the magic. Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. I don't wanna hear no talk. Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Look, man, I don't wanna hear no talk. Wanna hear no talk, no talk, no talk. This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me. This ain't new to me.
Could be a quick one for the Mongols here. Welcome back to the Esports World Cup 2024, where MIBR are on death's door. They are nowhere to be seen here on Inferno. They get one round on their CT side, and presumably this one is done. But, Anders, is there a chance? You reckon they can do anything with this?
It's always a chance, Henry, but it's unlikely, especially when the dualies are out at the top of Banana. It's Techno 4K just doing so much damage there, and more backup is showing up. Oh, they're getting eviscerated here. Reno and Safe left 2 versus 4 to try and hold on to this one, but it feels impossible at this stage. They have got absolutely wrecked here. The Brazilian squad never even getting a chance to put their foot in the server. They had 1 round in the first half, and it was a rush down middle with MP9s, and this pistol round has lost as well. I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Yeah, that is actually a very good point. The fact that that's the only round they actually picked up was when they had a half buy of MP9s and just rushed down middle. That is literally it. Oh, God, what a sickening way to exit the tournament. You're right as well. The Julies just doing so much work out there in this particular round. It's just a walk in the park right now for the Mongols. Bear in mind, it feels like this one's already done. They'll go on to play Complexity or M80. Suppose that's something. As, yeah, MIBR barely even turned up. Like, it's a best of one, and you normally say, like, anything can happen, but yeah, if you can't do anything more than getting 1 round with SMGs, maybe it was for the best. It was just the 1 map. They've got to buy it. There's no 2 ways about it. They've got to buy.
Obviously, yeah, at this point, you just go all in. You got to try and see if you can make it work, but it's not been the most exciting showing here for MIBR. What happened? Inferno is supposed to be a really good map, like 100% win rate on it. It's been looking decent for them, but they're just not showing anything at the moment here. A little bit of a rush around. They will run into the one from us here in the pit, and Sino still alive, but he's not going to be able to get every single one. So a bomb plant, and MIBR gunning for a 2nd round, which looks very likely at the moment.
Yeah. We'll see if they can keep the dream alive here, pad the scoreboard a little bit. They're going to be flashing in towards quad. They have got a smoke, I suppose, but it looks like they're just going to save the M4 and the MP9. Nice play from MIBR. Their second round has been found. Delaying the inevitable, perhaps, but giving it everything they've got. They managed to find a miracle round here with the Tech 9s and the Deagles. We have recovered 2 M4s as well. But there we have it. Mongols are going to have to force buy in response, but I think this is the correct call. Save the smoke, save the M4. Got some Kevlar to work with. It means they'll have a bit of a stronger buy into the force in the follow-up round.
Okay. That is that's I feel like at this point, sort of the idea of making a full comeback and sort of getting into overtime or something, probably not a conversation that's worth having at this point. I think now you just hopefully try to play to improve, you know, how this loss feels and sort of get something on the board and show that, okay, it was just the worst start of all time, but, you know, we could have played better or something. Like, it's got to be that kind of conversation here because, again, they need to win another 10 in a row to get it into overtime with the Mongols just kind of disappearing from the server. I doubt it. I doubt that's going to happen. They do have the one M4 and the MP9 in this round and some HEs to play around with, so MIBR have to be careful. This will probably be a very painful round to lose for MIBR and kind of get knocked out by giving it up to very, very little equipment here.
Yeah, could happen.
I could.
We'll see what they can make of it. It's going to be nice opening kill there. Should drop, but answering back is 9-10, the 5-7. So deadly at close range. He's going to try and vacate the premises here, as we do see the utility exchange towards middle. 9-10 find another incision here. Looks like Senzu certainly can, as we're going a little bit deeper into this round now. 3 versus 3, but Mzinho with that disgusting angle should be taken down. If he held the window, I think he was onto something there, but
yeah,
it's going to be now down to Techno 4K.
He's got a smoke.
MP9 in hand. He has got a smoke. Does he drop it in time, or does he go for the element of surprise here? Looks like he's going to have to just hope for the best so they don't check him.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, smoke would reveal that he's there. Now he's hoping that they are a little bit preoccupied. Maybe his teammate on the other side, Senzu, could distract and, you know, a couple of shots. Oh, they don't even check it here. Techno 4K gets one headshot and another one, and it's down to the 1 versus 1, and Senzu will get it. MIBR, probably one of the most painful rounds that he could have lost here, and they will end up going down to the Mongols.
Yeah, and then some, Anders. That was an absolute bloodbath, wasn't it? That was crazy. We saw Mongols turn up, all guns blazing here, only giving up a single round in their first half campaign on the T side. And yeah, actually managed to look very solid towards the end there as well. Nice little force buy victory. And I guess at that point, it's just better to get it over with. Like, it would have been more heartbreaking to get it closer and then go out and lose, because it felt like there was just no way of recovering that one. The better team won today and then some. Like, it was a best of one. You chose to go to Inferno, and it looks like the Mongols were more than ready for them.
They absolutely were. They rocked it, and yeah, just very, very impressive stuff all around. Like, there was nothing, almost nothing they could have done better. The one round was the MP9 rush down middle. Like, that was kind of the best that we got to see. And other than that, it was just MIBR not really showing up for the game. What a shame.
That really is a bit of a shame, isn't it? We can see some of the highlights here, or the lowlights for the Brazilian fans, because, yeah, that couldn't really have been more disastrous. Like, you couldn't be more pummeled in Counter-Strike if you tried. Like, one SMG rush down middle, the only round you win. That's such a disappointing way to close out the tournament as well. They got owned by Spirit yesterday as well. It's like 13-3, 13-4. You'd think, okay, that's fair enough.
Right.
Spirit literally are the #1 team in the world right now. But still, you would expect them to make a bit more of a dent here against the Mongols, who are admittedly very good in World Counter-Strike at this stage. But I don't know, these performances, it's suggesting to me they might need to look to some changes, because this just simply wasn't good enough, was it? This tournament, they got a grand total of about 9 rounds on 3 maps.
Yeah, unacceptable. I think that's fair. I think that's fair to say. I forgot about the Spirit result too, but that does mean you're kind of leaving the tournament just with, you could look back on almost nothing. You're like, oh, cool, we won like a handful of rounds throughout the 3 maps that we got to play, and that was it.
And it's a prestigious org, right? In terms of a historied organization that houses the best Brazilian talent.
Yeah.
They've got some good names in there now, but I think everyone's looking towards Furia once again, and that's got like the old guard in there. MIBR supposed to have this young and exciting team. And
yes.
I don't know, I'm not that excited right now.
I don't know how you would be. I would be worried about your mental state, Henry, if you said you were. So yeah, just unfortunately not the display that we were hoping for MIBR. Don't know what's going on, but I mean it does kind of almost make you feel like, okay, the summon has to be up, right? You're not. It's not like you're being forced to play a map that you just feel really uncomfortable and like. There's a map that they should be playing pretty well, and they just absolutely get blown up by. Again, a Mongols team that have looked fairly weak so far, but not today. Not today.
Yeah, I think we're standing by. We're trying to grab one of the Mongols player for an interview. It's going to be Blitz, I've been told. Last time I had an interaction with Blitz, Anders, I played him at chess at Pro League, and he absolutely demolished me. So wasn't my best day.
For shame.
So yeah, but he's like a grandmaster, I think. So I feel like that was always going to be the case.
All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty
So
sick.
not really much I could do there. It's like I think it was just more of like a humiliation ritual for me. Everyone wanted to see me get owned on camera.
That is a tradition.
So,
I'm not going to lie, Henry. We do keep that alive, don't we?
Yeah, so when they told me about it, I was like, I can't really say no. I don't necessarily want to do it. But yeah, I guess that's going to be happening. But yeah, I'm just looking or keeping one eye on my Discord right now to see whether he'll be coming. We're going to have Techno for an interview. I feel like, yeah, he wants to step in his place. We've got an MVP to show you. Let's have a look who it is. I'm guessing it's Mzinho, but time will tell. Yeah, it is. He absolutely dominated them. 19 kills, 6 deaths. He got 1 ADR, Anders. Damage
I doubt it.
on average. Yeah, per round. No, I think it's like 130 or something, to be honest.
That's so crazy. How has he done that? Like he just right out the gate, right? Like no slow start.
No slow starts whatsoever. Yeah, he absolutely dominated him. Hey, Techno, how are you doing, my friend? How was your player break? Did you have a nice time relaxing, taking some time off Counter-Strike?
Yeah, we had a really great player break. Yeah.
I saw some of your results recently after your win at Yala Campus. So you seemed like you've been losing some games. Is that because maybe you took some time off or you needed to recalibrate a little bit? Just give me some insight. At least I saw you losing to some teams that I wouldn't necessarily expect.
Honestly, we didn't really did the practice in the summer break, and we just played maybe 2 or 3 days ago. Maybe that's just how we play. A little bit uncomfortable. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you looked very comfortable today. Did you expect us to play Inferno? Because that was one of the best Inferno performances I've seen. You guys seem to know exactly how they were playing, and you completely destroyed them. Talking about the preparation today, did you know what they were going to bring to the table?
I think we just played the map pools. It was we just talked about Dust 2 and Inferno, and we expected it was Inferno. Yeah, I think we just played better.
Yeah, you really did. Mzinho especially, like, it didn't look like he missed a shot on the server today. He absolutely demolished everyone. It seems like you guys were almost having too much fun out there. But your next game will be between either M80 or Complexity. Just some initial thoughts there. Who would you rather play out of those two teams, or does it not matter?
I hope Complexity is gonna play against us. I hope so.
Okay, and how are you finding the best of one format? Do you find it a little bit more stressful, or are you enjoying it?
It's a little bit difficult, but we need to win. Yeah, of course.
Okay, well, everyone's very excited about the Mongols right now. Could you tell us about the future a little bit? Do you have any other tournaments planned in the next few weeks?
Maybe 1 or 2 weeks later, we have the Sky Esports in India.
Oh, amazing. That's in India, right?
Yes.
Oh, man. Well, Anders and I are very big fans of your team. So just wanted to wish you the best of luck. Well played today, and good luck in the rest of the tournament.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Have a good day. We'll see you later. There you go, Anders. Good interview. I did my best there. I feel like we got somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, didn't seem to be too hard done by the fact that they had a couple of losses there. Seemed to be kind of, yeah, well, you know, it's who we are.
That's about what I expected. I think they're the sort of team, like, they're not getting the same like salaries as like your big G2 organizations and stuff like that. So I think the expectations, I think they've already surpassed them in many, many ways. And yeah, you want to take some time off. You spend a lot of time away from your family, and I know they have a lot of family values out there in Mongolia. It's all about community and family. So they probably want to take some time there to make sure they were together and actually focusing on anything but Counter-Strike, which is understandable. We had the STC played or GG predictions from the audience. Let's see how you guys did. I feel this one might be a little bit more split down the middle. I know MIBR have got a large fan base, so maybe... Oh, yeah, there it is. The first time you guys have been wrong.
All right,
damn. I kind of said it as well, Anders. I said MIBR at the same time. So you win this time. That is going to be a victory for you.
Yes.
Well done.
It had to happen at some point, you know, a broken clock and all that. I've got to say, yeah, that was I wasn't expecting anything like this. Like I said, I thought it was going to get close. I could have seen it being like all the maps or even overtime, but obviously in the real world, nothing like that happened. So great stuff, great showing for the Mongols. Yeah, more credit to them, more power. Hopefully they can make it through. I hope they make it through the whole lower bracket here and keep playing.
Well, here's some of the highlights from Mzinho, who was certainly the MVP. Like I said, it didn't feel like he really missed the shots. Like, every duel he took was so confident, so assertive. Bear in mind, I think he's 16 years old, Anders.
Yeah.
So, like, it's unbelievable, really. Like, he's playing years above his experience, and the way he should be, quite frankly. I know we have Donk, who's super young as well, and Jim Fats, but still, like, it's so wild to see this next generation of players who are just taking over the game right now.
Yeah, it's so encouraging, isn't it? We do need more Asian representation in Counter-Strike. Like, it's really cool if that region can kind of get up and running. That would make me really happy. So yeah, Mzinho might be one of those players who will be in the vanguard for that.
Here are the results so far from the lower bracket. You can see GG How losing to Sashi earlier. FlyQuest, unfortunately, like we had a lot of belief in them. They couldn't take down Furia. They actually got kind of owned by them. It's 13-5. Mongols, we just saw smashed MIBR to pieces. And I'm looking at the scoreboard right now. We have got Complexity in the lead against M80. It's currently 10-5. So looking likely to be Sashi versus Furia and Mongols versus Complexity. All best of ones right to the lower bracket final. And then whoever wins the lower bracket final will join the other teams in the playoff. It's pretty brutal down here. But still, I reckon the Mongols Complexity will be quite an exciting game, Anders. What do you reckon about that?
Oh, definitely. I think it could be. Complexity are a really fun team. I didn't really know what to expect of that lineup to begin with, but I must say, I think they're playing, above my expectations. So, yeah, more of that. I still am going to be on the Mongols side. I hate to say it, even though I do like Complexity, but I just want to see Mongols finish what they started here.
Well, we're done for the day here on this side of the broadcast, but please go over to the A stream and check out M80 vs Complexity. That's coming to its exciting conclusion right now. And that's also the end from the two of us at this tournament as well. So Thank you very much for EWC for having us. Anders, any closing thoughts, any words you'd like to say to the people?
Just happy to be back with some more Tier 1 Counter-Strike. Happy to be back with you, Henry. And yeah, we'll be doing a lot more work. So yeah, thank you for all the support, and we'll see you guys real soon.
Bye-bye.
nobody tells you believe in yourself, power comes from within. I know they counted you out and they left you for dead. It don't matter, you still gonna win. It doesn't matter when nobody